Inside the tip of the tongue tower, Conan's beautiful eyes are full of surprise and panic. Pain, because it is a corpse, it is difficult to distinguish what kind of mood his slightly paralyzed expression represents. But in a room not far away, Nagato's expression is slightly dignified. Could it be that Uchiha Madara, Obito, leaked information to Uzumaki Naruto? No, it's absolutely impossible. Nagato struggled a few times. Uchiha Madara, Obito, has already made a battle plan, and he seems to have a special way to sneak into Konoha village while the war is taking place. Even, quietly staying beside Uzumaki Naruto. The relationship between the two parties has long been in dire straits, and the other party has no reason to leak their information to Uzumaki Naruto. See Pain and Conan suddenly silent. Uzumaki Naruto is slightly puzzled. Since the other party doesn't speak, he really has to take the initiative. After all, it was Uzumaki Naruto who wanted to discuss things with Nagato. Nagato, I think you should know that our Uzumaki family is born with extremely strong perception ability. Actually, I also know which room your main body is hidden in. However, now it seems that my conversation with your puppet is actually the same as talking with your body. I won't go around in circles anymore. I came to you this time because I want to tell you that since we are both Uzumaki clan, I hope we can turn our friendship into friendship. Also, I inquired about it from Rain Shinobi Village, and your practice style is somewhat similar to mine. I understand you, and I think you should understand me too. So, I hope that we can become good partners and contribute to the revival of the Uzumaki clan in the future. Uzumaki Naruto finishes speaking. Conan, floating in the air, is even more confused. This guy. I risked my life all the way to come here because of this kind of thing? The Uzumaki family. This kind of thing is beyond Conan's expectations. She has never heard Nagato mention her ethnic group, nor has she heard about Nagato's ethnic group from other people. All she knows is that Nagato opened the legendary Rinnegan, the savior of this world. Understand me? Hehe, Pain sneered. This is the funniest thing I've ever heard. As a ninja from Konoha village, you actually say you understand me? Uzumaki Naruto, are you kidding me? It is impossible for people who have not experienced pain to understand the truth of this world. Ninjas like you in Konoha village just live in their own world innocently. And my name is Nagato, not Uzumaki Nagato. Uzumaki Naruto hears this. The expression doesn't change at all. He knew that Nagato was born and raised in Rain Shinobi village. He should be Nagato, born in Rain Shinobi village after the Uzumaki clan exterminated the Uzumaki clan. Just like Shangfo's. However, looking at the other party, Nagato's parents didn't seem to tell him about the extermination of the Uzumaki clan. No problem. Naruto smiles. Continued. I think through your means, I should also know that your people have betrayed the Shao organization, and I have obtained a lot of information from them. It's also about your purpose of collecting tailed beasts. Uzumaki Naruto just wanted to open his mouth to tell Nagato that the possibility of them wanting to collect tailed beasts is zero. However, because of the face of the other party, Naruto did not speak, but directly talked about his own thoughts. My goal is to hold the entire ninja world in my own hands. The ninja world will no longer have the so-called war chaos. First of all, to show my sincerity, I can tell you that most of the small countries in the ninja world have fallen into my hands. And the 3-day Moon Island and the Big Spiral Shipping Company are also my personal property. I went around and found that Rain Shinobi Village is still very good under your leadership. If you need, I can use my resources to help you develop Rain Shinobi Village. I don't need to use your force to help me solve my troubles. I just hope that you will break away from the cooperation with the Masked Man because we are all Uzumaki. Run your Rain Shinobi Village well. All you need is your contribution to the revitalization of the Uzumaki clan. And, at this point, Uzumaki Naruto finally threw a bombshell at Nagato. He got information from Nagato Yahiko Konan from Jiraiya. They were once very innocent. The reason why he became like this must be related to the murder of his best friend that Black Zetsu said. As Pain said just now, people who have not experienced pain do not understand the truth of this world. Uzumaki Naruto does not want to argue with Nagato about these so-called truths. All he wants is an attitude from the other party, the attitude of being a member of the Uzumaki clan. If you agree, I can resurrect your best friend Yahiko completely. Why? Uzumaki Black Ming's performance is beyond people's imagination. The audience in Beiming World did not expect him to be able to talk to Nagato so calmly. Sure enough, in Haiming's heart, the concept of ethnic group is very important. Haiming offered Nagato a very generous condition, which is enough to show the full sincerity that Haiming brought. If Nagato refuses to agree to this, Haiming's heart will be really chilled. If you really don't agree, you really don't know how to flatter. Uzumaki Kushina. That kid. Hey. Uzumaki Mito. Kushina. Maybe it has something to do with you. After all, when you met your mother and son because of the unblocking of 9 tails, you mentioned the extermination of the Uzumaki family. Your expression was very sad. Nagato. There is also the experience of Kaorin. The experience of losing a family under the fence made Uzumaki feel sad. Maybe he himself has obsession with it. Conan. Uzumaki Black Ming is a person who doesn't suffer. In fact, hitting the face of the Uzumaki family is no different from hitting his face. After all, his name is Uzumaki Naruto, and he bears the name of the Uzumaki family. Orochimaru. Mr. Naruto is a person who is going to achieve great things. It is only a matter of time before he wants to completely unify the ninja world, but after the unification, his status is naturally above all existences in the ninja world. Face image is very important. Uzumaki Naruto. What do you mean? Uchiha Sasuke. It probably means that a person who can't even protect his own people can talk about ruling the entire ninja world. Uchiha Itachi. Smelly brother, I suspect that you were teasing me, but I have no proof. Conan and Nagato are stunned for a while. Uzumaki Naruto, as the youngest Hokage in the history of Konoha village, is enough to shock people. However, who would have expected that Mikazuki Island and the Big Spiral Shipping Company, which are so rich in the ninja world, are actually Uzumaki Naruto's private property? No wonder he dared to act like a branch house in the Kingdom of Fire. All this finally got an answer. Impossible. How did you do it? Pain's originally indifferent tone finally became a little surprised. Conan's face paled in shock, because Uzumaki Naruto proposed to them that Yahiko could be revived. Looking at the shocked appearance of the two, Uzumaki Naruto feels a little proud. If this goes on, I think Nagato's success rate will be greatly improved. Maybe you will have doubts about the things I said. However, the current situation of Konoha village should not be hidden from you. We are making enemies of ninjas in the entire ninja world. As a result, you should be very clear that our people can continue to be resurrected and go to the battlefield after death. These all come from the secret techniques I have mastered. So resurrecting Yahiko is not difficult for me. How, Nagato? I think you should think about my proposal carefully. The content on the screen is played here. The audience in Beiming World was full of doubts. Since Uzumaki Black Naruto wants to guide Nagato out of the cooperation with Uchiha Obito so much and go to his side, why didn't he tell Nagato all about having Rinnegan? Tsunade. I think if Koronaru told Nagato that he has Rinnegan, the success rate would be higher. Jiraiya. Not necessarily. There are some things that he can't change people's minds with Rinnegan or other abilities. Senju Tobarama. For the essence of the matter, the result is more important than everything else. Even if Kuro Ming does not have Rinnegan, the result is achieved, and it is achieved. Conan. He Ming told us these things, nothing more than to convey one thing, that is, he is very powerful. We don't need to worry about the conditions he proposed to us are false. The rest is to hope that Nagato will figure it out, and then accept his proposal. 9 Tails. HMPH. You really don't understand that kid's mind. He sincerely hopes that Nagato can return to the Uzumaki clan, but he is not obliged to fully tell the other party his information, although he has put forward very generous conditions for Nagato. But in Haiming's heart, what he hopes most is that Nagato can recognize that he is a Uzumaki clan. Calendar. Jiraiya. I agree with what 9 Tails said. If Haiming only cared about strength, he would have beaten Nagato before talking about it. Tsunade. I understand. If Haimaru beats Nagato up and proves his strength, and Nagato accepts Hiranade's proposal, Nagato will be exactly the same as other people who have taken refuge in Hiranari, and there will be no so-called ethnic bondage. Recognition, the nature of the matter is different. Audiences in the world of Hakunaru finally understand what Uzumaki Kurenai means. But Nagato is a native range shinobi village ninja. Where is the emotional bond to the Uzumaki clan? Therefore, Himing proposed a variety of irresistible and generous conditions to Nagato. By the way, tell each other that we are all of one ethnic group and should help each other. Why? The people in Beiming world sighed. In the ninja world, most ninjas have a very deep concept of ethnic groups. Uzumaki's behavior is not incomprehensible, but it seems to have a little bit of personal obsession. Still, that's exactly Uzumaki's character. Just like when he met Uzumaki, Himing was able to supply all the money he had saved to Uzumaki. This is the emotional bond of the ethnic group, even if they only meet each other once. But Xianglin lived up to Himing's expectations and responded to him. But Nagato, the audience, can't guarantee that he will respond to black like Xianglin. Ming. This time, Uzumaki is very likely to experience the first chill in his life. That's how it is. Uzumaki Naruto smiles. By the way, point to the wall not far behind. I said that our Uzumaki family is born with extremely powerful perception. You don't need to let the big guy behind you sneak up on me, its entry is invalid for me. Uzumaki Naruto keeps smiling. Conan heard the words, his beautiful eyes closed slightly. Pain was taken aback for a moment, then chuckled and said, "Oh? You actually found the chameleon behind you? So, this is my answer to you, isn't it? There will always be only hostility between us. I don't know what kind of means you used to take Crescent Moon Island and the former Kaduo shipping company into your own hands. I don't know how you made my former subordinates betray the organization, and even helped you take down many small countries. Doing these things just proves that you are a very good mortal. I am different from you. After a long and painful growth, I have gradually become the god of this country. The things I perceive will be judged from God's cognition. Only after experiencing pain, people can understand the horror of the war, and they can grow." Pen's words stunned Uzumaki Naruto for a few seconds. Why do these words sound so familiar? At the same time, the voice of Nine Tails rang out. "Hey, Naruto. This guy's thoughts stayed when you were 12 years old. I remember that when you were 12 years old, you wanted to make the villagers of Konoha village wiser, and you used this method of making them feel painful." Uzumaki Naruto. This. Uzumaki Naruto twitched slightly in embarrassment. The gods of Rain Shinobi Village, could it be that his ideological awareness only stayed when he was 12 years old? It shouldn't be. Seeing that Naruto is silent, Pain continued. You should be very clear about my purpose, to capture you Jinchuriki, in order to make tailed beast weapons. A weapon like that can destroy a country in an instant. In this deep pain, people will progress, the world will progress. Uzumaki Naruto. A mortal like you doesn't understand such a profound theory. The world today is just a child, it needs to grow and move forward, all of which need the help of God. And your so-called unified ninja world, whether successful or not, is not enough to make people feel fear and pain. That will only stop the progress of the world. Uzumaki Naruto couldn't help frowning after hearing this. Maybe I underestimated Nagato's experience. The other party didn't become like this because he lost his best friend. However, Naruto didn't have too much emotion. After all, he didn't expect to reach a consensus with Nagato at the first meeting. I see. To make the whole world progress. Uzumaki Naruto nodded, pretending to understand, and said with a smile, "It doesn't matter if you have different ideas. You can also think about my proposal carefully. 3 days. 3 days later, I will personally set foot on the battlefield to wipe out the Ninja Alliance, and it will not be too late for us to make a choice." After speaking, Uzumaki Naruto looked up at Conan and gave him a meaningful look. The next second, before Pain could react, Uzumaki Naruto disappeared in an instant. Body flicker technique? Jinchuriki from Nine Tails really has some strength, and let him run away. Conan. What's the meaning of Hemming's eyes at the end? Why do I feel so panicked? Tsunade. He won't be interested in you, will he? Nine Tails. Idiot. Hei Ming wants Conan to persuade Nagato. An idiot came out of their Uzumaki clan, and he is speechless. Jiraiya. God, oh. Nagato was poisoned too badly. Namikaze Minato. When that kid left just now, did he use the flying thunder god technique? Sure enough, he learned it. Uzumaki Kushina. Naturally, that child is smart. Deidara. Boss, why are you silent? You who speak on the screen are pretty cool. Hidan. Stop talking, Deidara. The leader may have been killed at this time. On the screen, the short conversation between Nagato and Himing also caused the audience to sigh. The other party has already asked to revive Yahiko, and everyone couldn't understand why Nagato didn't accept Hemming's proposal for a while. Even a sneak attack on Himing. Could it be that in Nagato's mind, Yahiko's resurrection is not as good as the pain he will bring to the world? Deidara. I have said long ago that the only thing in our leader's heart is to bring pain to the world. No one suffers more than him. Jiraiya. Nagato, this is really strange. Why did Koronaru propose to revive Yahiko, but you didn't respond at all? It's not even as shocking as Conan, you. Nagato on the screen, the expression change really made everyone unexpected. Originally, he became pain because of Yahiko's death. Now that Yahiko has a chance to be resurrected, why is Nagato not interested? As for the return of a close friend, it is not as shocking as Himing has ruled several small countries. Nagato. Yahiko he. Nagato, in a slightly dim room. Conan finds the long gate controlling pain. The thin and haggard Nagato, his eyes look extraordinarily deep. There are no unusual emotional fluctuations on the face. Uzumaki Naruto he. Conan, I know what you want to say. Before Conan finished speaking, Nagato interrupted her speech. And didn't look directly at the other person's eyes, just looked at the front and continued. Do you still remember Yahiko's ideal before his death? He wants to stand at the top of the world, become the god of this world, and end the war in this world. At that time, I was deeply attracted by his heroic speech and temperament. Yahiko is not a person who can only talk. For ideals and goals, he took us to learn Jiraiya. But Nagato slowly closed his eyes, and his thoughts went back to the time when he was with Yahiko. After a long time, he continued to speak. The theory taught by Mr. Jiraiya is completely wrong, and it is impossible for people to understand each other in a lifetime. The only common denominator that people can understand is pain. Yahiko was deeply influenced by Mr. Jiraiya. Even after experiencing the betrayal of Hanzo and Danzo, he couldn't make the world feel the pain. If he is resurrected, it will have a huge impact on our far-reaching plans. Conan let out a sigh of relief when he heard the words. Why doesn't she know Yahiko's character? And so many years have passed, Conan also knows how much he and Nagato have changed. If Yahiko sees two people like this, I really don't know how the three of them will face each other. Perhaps Nagato's decision is not wrong. After all, he is the savior who opened Rinnegan. Also, Conan, I will never forget the pain those people caused us, nor the pain of Yahiko. The last words he said to me before he died. Nagato, in fact, you are the savior of this world. Bai Ming's world. The audience frowned. They couldn't find any flaws in Nagato's words. For him and Conan, so many years of experience have completely changed their concepts and personalities. In addition, Yahiko's innocence and simplicity, after being resurrected, will break all the balance of Nagato's philosophy and actions. This kind of thing is not necessarily a good thing. Inadvertently, everyone's thoughts came to Uzumaki Hyeming. Nagato's choice, just like Uzumaki Black Ming's choice not to resurrect Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Kushina as a reason. For other people, Nagato is the same as Hyeming, both of them can be ruthless without any scruples. However, when facing their closest relatives, they will encounter difficulties and don't know how to solve them. Even though Nagato chose to run counter to Yahiko's philosophy, he did not forget Yahiko's entrustment to him. Just the method is different. Konoha Village. Secret basement. Thank you, Master 6th Hokage, the subordinate is incompetent, group. The ninja of Konoha Village half knelt in front of Uzumaki Naruto, showing guilt. Ming, shaking his head, it's not your problem. Now the 4 major ninja villages are gathering forces to launch a general attack on us. The sharp increase in our death toll is a normal phenomenon, as long as you can learn from it. Uzumaki Naruto smiled at the other party, patted the other party's shoulder, and walked out the door. Fortunately, you are the last ninja, I am really exhausted during this time. Naruto laughed jokingly. I have to say that the efficiency of the 4 great ninja villages is very fast. On the second day after Naruto came back from Rain Shinobi village, the news of Konoha village's defeat came from the battlefield. Due to the large number of opponents, the ninjas of Konoha village couldn't bear the opponent's blow at all. There is also Uchiha Obito's surreptitious involvement. He sent White Zetsu to use the uniqueness of his transformation to transform into a ninja of Konoha village. Regardless of superciliousness and perception, nothing can see through the identity of the other party, which also brought a great blow to Konoha village. Fortunately, with Naruto Shadow Clone's malicious perception in Nine Tails mode, all of them were wiped out. But it also caused Uzumaki Naruto to be so busy that he didn't even have time to rest. Seeing that he was getting more and more busy, Naruto gave an order, and Konoha village called for gold to withdraw troops, and all the ninjas left the battlefield. Of course, all this does not hinder Uzumaki Naruto's plan. Tomorrow will be the day when Uzumaki Naruto personally lands on the battlefield, and this time the Ninja World War will end. And I heard that the 4 major ninja villages and the surrounding small ninja villages are also making final preparations, planning to take advantage of the victory to pursue and wipe out Konoha village in one fell swoop. However, Naruto doesn't care about their movements at all. In his heart, the suspense of this war is not as good as Nagato's choice. Woo. Master 6th Hokage. Uzumaki Naruto had just walked out of the basement when a shy voice came from his ear. However, in the words, I can also feel the deep guilt of the other party. Huh. Hinata? Why are you here? Hyuga Hinata's appearance makes Naruto sign. Looking at the slim, long-haired girl in front of him, Naruto's memory suddenly went back to 3 years ago. 3 years ago, Hinata often showed this expression when she saw herself. That. Hyuga Hinata hesitates to speak. It's embarrassing. Because I couldn't see through the identity of White Zetsu, many companions fell to the ground. This makes Hinata very self-blaming. Feel sorry. The white eyes of our Hyuga clan should be able to see through the identities of those monsters. The more Hinata speaks, the lower her voice. Naruto was stunned for 2 seconds when he heard the words, then smiled and said, Hinata, you really surprised me when you apologized. I thought something big happened again. This kind of thing is not your Hyuga family's problem, nor is it your problem. After all, the ninja world is very big, and there are many strange shapes that really cause headaches. And I heard that you were very active in this battle. Under such a tragic situation, you have performed very well without a single rebirth. So, cheer up. Uzumaki Naruto smiled and hooked Hinata's nose lightly. Waved his hands and said, I still have some things to do, so I'll leave first. However, you have to promise me that you cannot be depressed. End of speech. Uzumaki Naruto walked out into the distance, and waved to Hinata with his back turned, as if it was a farewell greeting. 6th Generation Project. Although Naruto's praise and recognition made Hyuga Hinata excited and confused. Especially the last kiss made Hinata's heart beat faster. However, Naruto's departure in the end made her feel extremely disappointed. What's wrong, Hinata? What are you depressed about here? Soon, a slightly hearty voice came into Hinata's ears. Hinata's tender body trembled slightly, raised her eyes and greeted hurriedly, Master 5th Hokage. Big. Senior Orochimaru, ah la la, finally someone can call me senior. Orochimaru beside Tsunade joked. Recently, due to the excessive death toll in Konoha village, Uzumaki Naruto sent wood-style avatar to Orochimaru overnight and asked him to assist him in performing reanimation jutsu. His relationship with Orochimaru also gradually emerged in front of everyone. Fortunately, everyone has a little understanding of the possibility of Naruto and Orochimaru being connected, so they are not overly shocked. In addition to the betrayal of the Sarutobi clan, although Orochimaru was not very popular with the Konoha village ninjas, they did not do other drastic things. What's more, the other party is here to help his Hokage revive everyone. No big opinion is true, but it's not enough to respect the people who destroyed Konoha village. I feel like Naruto-kun has something on his mind. Hyuga Hinata sighs. The worry on the face made Tsunade's pupils slightly closed. Then joked. Are you worried that our Konoha village will fail in this battle? Or, you don't have confidence in our master 6th Hokage? No. No. Hearing this, Hinata hurriedly explained in a panic. I know Naruto must be fine. Only. It's just that I feel that I can't help anything, and I feel uncomfortable. Oh. That's it. Tsunade spread his hands. The main reason is that you don't know why he is distressed. Well. After all, knowing yourself in the enemy is the only way to win every battle. Orochimaru also joined in the excitement. But, immediately after, Orochimaru seemed to have grasped some important information, and hurriedly turned to look at Tsunade. Tsunade, do you know why Naruto-kun is upset? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Looking at Orochimaru's worthless appearance, I can't wait to find out what's going on in Himaru's heart. Udatain Kaharu. Cut. Like a sycophant. Mitokado Homura. Kaharu, you're flattering Orochimaru. A sycophant knows exactly what his master is thinking. Orochimaru. Tisk tisk tisk, don't be sour, the three of you. I know that you who can't hug your thighs are jealous of me who can go in and out of Konoha village casually, but it's not the time for you to be really jealous. Follow Naruto-kun. My status at that time is not something that a mere Konoha village can hold. Shimura Danzo. What, you also want to follow Nagato and become a god who helps the ninja world grow? Jiraiya. It has to be my uncle Danzo, whose ability to deal with people is worse than that of the third-generation old man. Nagato. I didn't expect that someone like Orochimaru could appear in Konoha village now, and get along well with other members of the Akatsuki organization. Orochimaru. Isn't this relying on Naruto-kun's light? As for the members of the Akatsuki organization, it is not very clear whether we get along harmoniously or not, but I think we in the world over there know that if you offend Naruto-kun it's not painful, whoever picks things will be unlucky. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Bah. Ugly face. Tsunade ignored Orochimaru's horror. However, from the way the other party wants to know Uzumaki Naruto's troubles, it can be seen that Yinshimaru really cares about this issue. He excitedly went to Rain Shinobi village to find the leader of the Akatsuki organization. I think it's deflated. Tsunade narrates the previous events to Orochimaru and Hyuga Hinata. After Orochimaru heard this, the snake pupils spun around twice. Sighed. I didn't expect that there are things in this world that can make Naruto-kun miserable. This is just his personal obsession. As for the family he once lost, Naruto really wants to revive the glory of the Uzumaki family. Tsunade sighs. If you want to revive an ethnic group, you must at least have personnel. With him and Xianglin alone, even with Nagato and even himself, there are only 4 people who are full of money. Orochimaru seems to see through what Tsunade is thinking. After a few seconds of thinking, a daily attack suddenly came out. Naruto-kun may have entered a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? Tsunade and Hinata looked at Orochimaru at the same time. Looking forward to the other party continuing to talk, at least he seems to have a way to solve Uzumaki Naruto's distress. Senior Orochimaru, do you have a good way to solve Naruto-kun's distress? Hyuga Hinata's expectant eyes make Orochimaru suddenly proud. Snort. Orochimaru sneered. You group of people's thinking is too rigid and pedantic, and everything you do is carried out according to the previous concept. In front of a forward-thinking person like Mr. Naruto, you will not be of any help at all. That's why Naruto-kun is so distressed, and you are still incompetent. Roar. You're very capable. Tsunade clenched his trembling fists, his forehead was slightly bruised. I want to hear what you, who are ahead of your mind, can do. If Naruto-kun is embarrassed in front of Nagato, it proves that the other party is a guy who doesn't know what to do. Orochimaru's eyes lit up. The reason why he thinks he can make Naruto-kun speak well is because of his strength? Sorry, it's just because he is from the Uzumaki family. If what Naruto-kun wants is to restore the glory of the Uzumaki clan, an existence like Nagato with rebellious bones should be completely wiped out. With the identity and status of Mr. Naruto in the future Uzumaki clan should be the Uzumaki clan initiated by him. You can also be understood as the new Uzumaki family. For example, the former Uzumaki family mostly used red hair as the standard, but why can't the future Uzumaki family use blonde hair as the standard? They all belong to the Uzumaki family. Tsunade and Hyuga Hinata heard the words. They looked at each other in blank dismay, completely unable to understand what Orochimaru meant. Seeing this, Orochimaru looks happy. Women are brainless. What I said is so obvious that they can't understand it. Sure enough, this kind of thing depends on me. When the idea came to fruition, Orochimaru smiled and said, "You don't need to worry about it, I'll go find Mr. Naruto." Orochimaru's performance put the audience to shame. The legendary Sannin in the ninja world now has the feeling of a black military strategist. Tsunade. I'm laughing to death. Orochimaru thought he had a good understanding. See how he looks down on me and Hinata. Bah. Don't forget that I have Uzumaki blood in my blood. Be the mistress of Orochimaru. Audience. What? Shock. Tsunade has such a fiery temper that he really dares to say anything. Jiraiya. Hey, you are 3 rounds older than Haramaru, how dare you talk about this? Uzumaki Kushina. Ah. Senior Tsunade, are you crazy? If you really want to do this, I call you senior. What do you have to call me? Namikaze Minato. This. Senju Tobirama. Brother, look quickly, Kozuna has been blinded by drinking. Senju Hashirama. I must have been drinking too much. She is so old, isn't she a high-ranking black Ming? Tsunade. Huh. Grandpa, I was just joking, you don't have to turn your elbows out. Uzumaki Kushina. Phew. It scared me to death, but Sister Tsunade is too daring to speak. Orochimaru. To be honest, what she said just now surprised me. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Even if Tsunade can't be your mistress, Hinata from Hyuga's family will definitely be able to. After all, in the world of Shirami, she is Shirami's wife. Shimura Danzo. Hiruzen, your vision is really shallow. Didn't you see what Orochimaru meant? He planned to find a group of mistresses for himself in order to flatter Koronaru, hoping that even if he died alone, he would not be able to restore the glory of the Whirlpool clan. Orochimaru. Please idiots, after Naruto-kun unifies the ninja world, he will be the ruler of this world. A daimyo can marry several wives. Is it too much for him to have too many wives? After all, the future empire needs excellent heirs. Utatane Kaharu. Well, you Orochimaru, well, don't learn from other people's family, and now the war is not over, you have already started to plan the empire. Orochimaru. If you want to talk about Urwuzi, your old buddy is one, and Uchiha Itachi who inherits the thought of 3rd generation is one, and the others are considered heroes. Black Zetsu. Don't make trouble. Otsutsuki Hagoromo is the biggest boy. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Ahem. This old man is at least the one who bestowed Black Naruto's power. Black Zetsu, what you said is too much. Black Zetsu. Big brother dog can really mess around, saying that he has nothing to do with the F*K he gave Uzumaki Himing power. Hokage office. Uzumaki Naruto is lying on the chair. In the spiritual world, Nine Tails sits with a huge body, nails pointing at Naruto and said, "Hey, I said you just killed Nagato at that time. I have to talk to him about those useless things in a nice voice. It makes me feel so depressed." Nine Tails is speechless. Just now, Uzumaki Naruto received the last piece of information from Myanmar. Pen, Konan and Uchiha Obito meet with Black Zetsu. After all, tomorrow is the time for Uzumaki Naruto to set foot on the battlefield, and they plan to follow the ninja coalition forces to see the right time to attack Uzumaki Naruto. About White Zetsu's plan to infiltrate Konoha village has run aground, Obito is extremely depressed. However, Myanmar advised him not to be disappointed, with him Uchiha Madara, everything will be settled tomorrow. Even he assured Obito that things about Gaara are very simple. He only needs to send his own wood-style clone, and take the only remaining Hoshigaki Kisame of Akatsuki to Konoha village to capture Gaara. The plan is perfect. Obito, Nagato, and Konan can start to act when Gaara is brought to the battlefield. Myanmar will also break away from Shimura Danzo and announce her identity as Uchiha Madara, join forces with the 3 of them plus Hoshigaki Kisame, and together wipe out all the Jinchuriki on the battlefield. This kind of information proves from the side that Nagato did not choose Uzumaki Naruto's proposal in 3 days. He still has to fight against Uzumaki Naruto. Terumi Mei. Could it be that all the Jinchuriki returned to the battlefield this time? Onoki. Maybe we invited back all the Jinchuriki who had a fight before. After all, it's a big battle, and it's a team that gathers together. There is no shinobi kangi who loses justice in front of other shinobi villages. Fourth Raikage. But I remember that the three tails are wild, they did it out of order. Uchiha Obito. Hey. It's just a wild three tails, my Sharingan can completely control it directly, and it's not impossible to bring it to the battlefield. Terumi Mei. It seems that the tailed beasts are really complete. Well, this is not something we worry about. This time, Myanmar has opened the Persimmon Ghost Shark Pit again. Hoshigaki Kisame. That's not necessarily the case, I probably just changed organizations, after all, my companions are still my original companions. Conan. Hey, it's a pity that Nagato didn't choose Hemming's proposal in the end. Tomorrow's big battle may be the last day we stay in Hemming's world. Hitaki Kakashi. The only unsolved mystery right now is whether Obito has learned Ghoul Sealing or not. Uchiha Obito. Okay, you don't have to worry about those people who don't know what's good and what's wrong. Hurry up and think about what kind of handsome performance we will have on stage tomorrow, one person and one fox. Kill their coalition forces and throw away their armor. By the way, you must be handsome, and Fenghua Xiaoshui has invited a director to shoot a video to record this great moment according to your request. Don't be discouraged by what happened to Nagato. Nine Tails did not forget to comfort Uzumaki Naruto while gearing up. I have to say, Uzumaki Naruto is a genius, he actually thought of letting the ninjas of later generations know his fear, so that Fenghua Xiaoshui specially asked the director of the crew to record this final battle. Only by letting people know how powerful he is, can this group of people be obedient. This idea is simply great. In the future, Nine Tails will walk sideways in the ninja world, and no one will dare to stop it. I know, I'm really rambunctious. Naruto is a little impatient. Although I feel a little lost, I am not someone who does not pay attention to the overall situation. The voice fell. Uzumaki Naruto couldn't help but sigh. Hey. Nowadays, there are very few people with Uzumaki bloodline in the ninja world. Why can't you figure it out because of the work? Also, in his heart, is it possible that bringing pain to others is more important than the resurrection of his best friend? If you want to cure Nagato's pain, you must solve the source of his pain. Uzumaki Naruto never imagined that this kind of problem that can solve the source of his pain is still unable to resolve the pain in his heart. Nagato, this guy is weirder than he imagined. HMPH. That guy claims to be a god who promotes the progress of the world. I'm afraid his brain is already sick. Don't think too much about it. Nine Tails rolled his eyes with a disdainful expression. Thought that Nagato is so powerful, but the ideological level stays at Naruto's 12-year-old level, so you still want to promote the progress of the world? It's really stupid. Deidara. Hey. Black Ming is right, our leader is focused on causing pain to others. Hidan. But. My pain is above yours. Well, that's the smell. Nagato. If you two talk too much, after watching the movie, I will let you two experience the pain. There is no mention of Uchiha sneaking into Konoha with Shippai White in Myanmar's information. Of course, even if White Zetsu comes, for Konoha village gatekeeper Naruto wood-style avatar with malicious perception, the arrival of White Zetsu is nothing more than adding a few good trees to Konoha village. Tomorrow, except for Uzumaki Naruto, other Konoha village ninjas will stay in Konoha village on standby. The only Konoha village ninja who followed to the battlefield was Uchiha Sasuke. He intends to deal with his own enemy Shimura Danzo with his own hands, and watch Uzumaki Naruto deal with Uchiha Obito by the way. After all, as Uchiha's compatriots, for their own selfishness, they cooperate with Danzo to collect a family of Sharingan, such people must be severely punished. Everything is ready. Just when Uzumaki Naruto wanted to go home and take a shower, there was a light knock on the office door. Uzumaki Naruto-sama, I am Orochimaru. Orochimaru's hoarse voice sounded. For Naruto's title, he rarely uses 6th Hokage. Besides, after tomorrow, it's just Hokage. This kind of title will not be worthy of the man sitting in the office. Orochimaru? Uzumaki Naruto was startled, and said casually, come in. The door opens, and Orochimaru comes to Hokage's office solemnly. I'm sorry to disturb you to think about something. Orochimaru looks at Naruto apologetically. Naruto shook his head. What are you doing here so late? Are you going to pick up a few good corpses on the battlefield tomorrow for experiments? This kind of trivial matter, you can just watch and do it yourself. Orochimaru quickly shook his head. It's not such an insignificant little thing. I was walking on the road just now and suddenly realized an extremely important issue. That's why I came here on purpose. Naruto-kun. Suddenly, Orochimaru changed his subject, and immediately cut to the chase. In my eyes, you are a completely different existence from other people. Nowadays, the surrounding small countries without ninja village are completely in your hands. After tomorrow, the entire ninja world will gradually become your wealth. It suddenly occurred to me that such a vast ninja world will definitely need a lot of manpower to manage in the future. But no one can guarantee their thoughts. So I suddenly thought, if these managers are all your family members, wouldn't the effect be better? My family? Uzumaki Naruto frowned. As we all know, he has maintained a state of one person and one fox until now. What is family? Uzumaki Naruto himself is not very clear. Seeing Naruto frowning, Orochimaru broke out in a cold sweat, and quickly explained, your future generations. Isn't that your family? Hey, Orochimaru is really smart, he must have got information from Tsunade about your going to Nagato. Nine Tails couldn't help but laugh. Laughs secretly. Orochimaru's pretentiousness is top-notch. However, it is undeniable that the other party's flattery is very good. I'll just say it, Naruto. The revitalization of the Uzumaki family does not necessarily require the former Uzumaki family. Orochimaru is obviously telling you that it is better to abandon Nagato and choose a new generation of Uzumaki clan as the future Uzumaki clan. It's the same as the suggestion I gave you. Have a few more children, and the children will have offspring. If the relationship goes on layer by layer, the Uzumaki family will naturally stand on the stage of history again. Orochimaru's proposal is more constructive. This kid is so clever. In the eyes of Nine Tails, Orochimaru's proposal is indeed very good. After all, the ninja world will be unified by Uzumaki Naruto, and his descendants naturally have the right to manage this land. Regardless of whether Orochimaru's purpose is really to have Uzumaki Naruto's future descendants manage the ninja world, the focus of his proposal is on the revival of the Uzumaki clan. Why? Uzumaki Naruto sighs deeply. Why is he not clear about this kind of thing? But he always felt strange, and then said, that's not okay, it will damage her body. Don't worry too much, Naruto-kun. Orochimaru said with a smile. The body of a ninja is much stronger than that of an ordinary person, and there is even a blood successor limit. Besides, this kind of thing is definitely not done by one person. Hearing this, Uzumaki Naruto stared. Orochimaru's eyes suddenly close. It's a bunch of nonsense. Orochimaru, are you full yet? Naruto's anger suddenly chilled Orochimaru's heart. At the same time, he sensed that someone was eavesdropping at the door. Even though he knew that Uzumaki Naruto in front of him was pretending to be angry, he was still trembling from the opponent's aura. Then hurriedly said, Naruto-kun, you can't say that. Every country is like this under the rule of daimyo. Not to mention what you have done is not comparable to that group of stupid daimyo. For the stability of the ninja world, I think it is very necessary. You have to think about it carefully. I will retreat first. The door of the office. Hearing that Orochimaru is coming out. The melon-eating team led by Tsunade scattered and fled in an instant. This includes Hyuga Hinata, and Haruno Sakura, Yamanaka Ino, and Tiantian who met halfway. Even Sunset Red, audience, good guy. Uzumaki Koronaru and Orochimaru. These two people got together. How could they create such a spark? Both the master and the servant discovered the melon-eating team at the door at the same time. Naruto immediately scolded Orochimaru for talking nonsense. Strive to express the traditional single-mindedness of his thought. But as the most powerful younger brother around Hyumin, Orochimaru justly stated that this is for the future safety of the ninja world. It's up to you then. Tsunade, Orochimaru, I can't see that you still have such means. Jiraiya. Yeah, I was stunned by the performance of him and Hyeming. Terumi Mei. When the master and servant speak to each other, the few people outside will definitely be moved. Onoki. For the safety of the ninja world, do you want to revitalize the Uzumaki clan? Fourth Raikage. Orochimaru is really loyal. In order to help Hyeming solve his troubles, he directly forced the palace. Luo Sha. Well, after Orochimaru's operation, if the current Uzumaki Hyeming does not revive the Uzumaki clan, he will ignore the safety of the ninja world and ignore it. This pair of masters and servants can say this kind of thing so righteously. I admire it. Uzumaki Kushina. Actually, that child is just worrying too much. What Orochimaru said is not wrong. His name is like this. Not to mention, as the child's future status, it is logical to have more blatantly. No one will gossip. Tamari. At least this way will maintain the image of Kuro Naruto more securely, right? Hitaki Kakashi. This kind of thing can be used in a way, that guy Hyeming. Obito, I'm curious now if you have learned how to seal the ghouls. If you don't learn, Lin will be out of luck. Uchiha Obito. You guys who are single in your 50s better shut up. The drama between Uzumaki Koronaru and Orochimaru was something the audience didn't expect. Some people marvel at it, and the same part of the ninja thinks Uzumaki is hypocritical. It even extended to the other party's attitude towards Nagato, which may have been planned by Uzumaki Kuraning. The purpose is to let someone in his hand jump out and sing this duet with him. At least from the follow-up content on the screen, it can be seen that Uzumaki is very satisfied with Orochimaru's initiative. Just when Orochimaru was about to leave, Koronaru specifically told the other party that he felt the power of wood style in White Zetsu's body. Given the chance in the future, one will be given to him as a container for the living corpse reincarnation. This scene made Orochimaru in Hyeming world even more overjoyed, and sighed secretly that he was the only one who could understand what Hyeming really wanted. The opponent not only possesses supreme power, but also has means that ordinary people can't match. This is the person Orochimaru wants to follow. Today will be our last battle with Konoha village. It also indicates that we will eventually become the victors of the war. Above the high platform, a deafening sound spread through tens of thousands of ninja allied forces. After the fourth Raikage's resonant voice finished shouting, the audience responded with thunderous excitement. It seems that the dissatisfaction that has been pent up for a long time has finally vented. The shouts of the ninja coalition resounded throughout the world. Before, when they were dispersed, they received a great, warm hospitality from Konoha village and lost countless brothers. Fortunately, Seeing commanded properly and made timely adjustments after discovering the problem. The immediate effect also boosted the morale of the ninja coalition forces. At this moment, all they can think about is the same scene as before, the mighty army crushing Konoha village. At that time, Konoha village will be ransacked. Terumi Mei. I just found out how the ninja alliance is like bandits. Onoki. Don't tell me you haven't participated in the ninja war. Terumi Mei. Ah. At least I focus on quests, but I don't think about ransacking other people's villages. Fourth Raikage. That's right, as if you have a chance to hit someone's village. Luo Sha. It is indeed too much to say bandits. After all, people will die in a big war. The ninja coalition army was severely injured by Konoha before. Now that they have finally seen the dawn of victory, they must vent their anger. Bai Ming's world. The discussion group chatted casually, but everyone knew that the ninja coalition forces in Hyeming world did not have the victory imagined in their minds. It's just not clear how Uzumaki will crush them. The plains of the Land of Fire. The ninja coalition forces are marching towards Konoha village. At this speed, they will reach Konoha village in no time. The target is getting closer, getting closer. Just as everyone was excited, the investigation team in the distance suddenly sent out a carrier pigeon that stopped advancing. After a while, I heard bursts of noise coming from the front. There are enemies blocking the front not far away. The number is 2. Judging from their appearance, they are 6th Hokage Uzumaki Naruto of Konoha village and Uchiha Sasuke of the Uchiha clan. Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke? 2 people? Hearing the message from the front, everyone in the ninja alliance was slightly confused. Hey, Are they crazy? Do you want to stop our tens of thousands of ninja coalition forces with 2 people? Isn't this here to die? No, no, no. Is there a possibility that they came to surrender? Surrender? Yes, yes, yes. I heard that Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke have a very good relationship, and the other party must be his confidant. A Hokage brought his cronies to the front of the army, didn't he just come to surrender? This action represents his sincerity. Makes sense. Everyone nodded in agreement after listening. Before facing the attack of tens of thousands of coalition forces, Konoha village retreated steadily. Although the coalition forces also suffered losses, they are indeed in a crushing situation. When the time comes to enter Konoha village, we must make them pay the price, and let them use secret techniques to resurrect our sacrificed companions. Right. The actions of the Ninja Alliance slowed down. Former Army Terumi Mei, 4th Raikage, Shimura Danzo, Grandma Chio and Onogi's son Huang Tusun Plus. Stepping out, only to find that the 2 figures not far away are Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke. Uzumaki Naruto is not wearing a costume representing Konoha village Hokage, but sitting on a rock in casual clothes. Uchiha Sasuke stood behind him, waiting eagerly. Originally, apart from Grandma Chio, there were no other shadows joining the battlefield in the 4 great ninja villages. However, as the situation changed, the coalition forces were hit repeatedly before. Terumi Mei had no choice but to participate in it. 4th Raikage was even more angrily. After smashing the table, he rushed out of the window and went straight to the battlefield. Plus the gathering of allied forces, they don't want to see their troops move under the command of Shimura Danzo. Thus, today's scene was formed. Only Iwagakure's 3rd Tsuchikage Onoki. He handed over the command to his son and granddaughter. HMPH. Is it finally here? In the forest not far from the battlefield, Uchiha led the king to let out a cold snort. Beside him stand Black Zetsu and Pen 6 Paths. I don't know if this guy's brain is sick. Do you want to rely on your own strength to challenge the entire coalition? Obito spoke with disdain for Naruto and confidence in himself. There is something I want to tell you. Uzumaki Naruto has extremely strong perception ability. We are so close, maybe he should be aware of our existence. Pain's reminder made Uchiha Obito spread his hands. Really? Then he still dares to take Sasuke here to stand by. Is he too confident or doesn't want to live long ago? Pain's remarks amuse Uchiha Obito. Not to mention tens of thousands of ninja coalition forces. Uchiha Madara alone is enough for Uzumaki Naruto to drink a pot. What is a perfect 9 tails Jinchuriki? Not to mention half a 9 tails. Uchiha Obito has never been so comfortable. It seems that the depression some time ago has finally been released after the appearance of Uchiha Madara. Especially Uchiha Madara's plan, which surprised Obito. Pretend to lose to Naruto, and then let Danzo lead tens of thousands of ninja coalition forces to fight Konoha village. Kill the opponent all in one go. What's more, there are hundreds of thousands of white Zetsu lurking in the underground today. Uzumaki Naruto is hard to fly today. No one can keep him. Uchiha Obito looks at the aloof Pain. Nagato. Today is also the day you and Konan die. The real savior is only me. Obito sneers inwardly. For Pain's reminder just now, he thinks it's a big joke. If Uzumaki Naruto could really sense their existence, he would have already fled in fright. My powerful helper is now in the Ninja Alliance. When the time comes, we will act according to the situation. Obito just turned his head to look at the battlefield, and Pain's doubts sounded again. I'm worried now that Uzumaki Naruto is here to surrender. If they can't fight, what should we do? Huh. Obito smiled contemptuously. Don't worry, even if Uzumaki Naruto surrenders, we still have a calendar. Today he must die here. Uchiha Obito's self-confidence makes Nagato, who is far away in the paper tree, frown. I don't know where the other party's self-confidence comes from. Could it be related to the so-called helper in his mouth? What's wrong? Nagato. Konan saw Nagato in a daze, and couldn't help feeling a little worried. With a woman's sixth sense, she always feels that something terrible will happen today. No. Nothing. I'm just wondering who the so-called helper Madara, Obito, is talking about. As for Hoshigaki Kisame, Nagato didn't say a word. He is very clear that Kisame is brought by Uchiha Madara, Obito, and he wants to do everything, but the other party listens to Madara's command. The person ahead is the 6th generation of Konoha village, Uzumaki Naruto. At this time, a loud shout came from the battlefield. It is the ninja who stepped forward to call for battle. Among the crowd, Shimura Danzo let out a cold snort of dissatisfaction. It takes such trouble, Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke. Even if these two bastards are turned into ashes, I still know them. Speaking of which, Danzo felt a little nervous. He doesn't know what Uchiha Madara is doing. Today, Uchiha Madara said that he would prepare a surprise for Danzo in the big battle, and then left. Until now, the other party has not been found to come back. Audience. Everyone is numb. The audience in Beiming World finally couldn't bear the simpleness of Danzo in Himing World, and burst out laughing. Now, Shimura Danzo still trusts Uzumaki next to him, thinking that the other party will really surprise him with victory? The same is true for Uchiha Obito. He even thought that Uzumaki was waiting for the start of the war among the crowd of ninja coalition forces. But, who would have thought that the hope that the two of them had entrusted would undoubtedly disappear without a trace after reaching their goal? If the two of them knew that they had been betrayed by then, they would be so angry and desperate. Tsunade. Uncle Danzo, I didn't lie to you, he really prepared a surprise for you. Shimura Danzo. Huh. Tsunade, don't forget that Koronaru just played a trick with Orochimaru, you fools, and you are still standing next to him talking. Orochimaru. Uncle Danzo, when did your words become so cute? Tsunade. He's not right. Himing has no tricks for me, and I won't be fooled. At most, Hinata and little Sakura Ino are fooled. Besides, I'm 3 rounds better than others. Senju Tobarama. Shaogang, how can you be angry with your elder brother? He is your own grandfather. Jiraiya. As Tsunade said, there is no other Danzo for Myanmar. He brought Uchiha Sasuke, isn't this just a surprise for Danzo? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Ha 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 ha, I am really laughing to death. I really hope that Danzo can survive and escape in this battle. There will be a good show then. Shimura Danzo. Fart your fart. Monkey, you think I'm so stupid. Son? If Myanmar doesn't show up this time, I will definitely not be able to trust him. Udatane Kaharu. You two stop arguing. Uzumaki will never let you go this time, rest assured, you and Obito will definitely die here. Hitaki Kakashi. Master Danzo may die, but Obito may not. If he sees something bad, he really wants to escape, and no one can stop him. I heard the other party calling my name. Uzumaki Naruto immediately jumped off the rock. Walk slowly towards the Ninja Alliance. Uchiha Sasuke saw this, hurriedly followed behind him, never leaving. With a flame in his eyes, he looked at Shimura Danzo in front of the crowd. On the high hill not far away, Orochimaru, Tsunade and others, surrounded by members of the director team of Princess Fengyun, anxiously asked, "How is the situation on the battlefield?" Because the distance was too far, we couldn't hear the conversation between them clearly. But the picture can still be taken clearly. Uzumaki Naruto-sama and Sasuke-sama, the two have confronted the ninja coalition forces head-on. The director is also extremely nervous at the moment. This kind of opportunity to shoot ninja live battles is a once-in-a-thousand-year opportunity. He will definitely become the #1 person in the ninja world because of this filming. The only fly in the ointment is that he can't hear the dialogue between the two sides. Naruto. In the spiritual world, the voice of Nine Tails suddenly came to mind. Do you want to do it? Uzumaki Naruto nods slightly. Looking at the dark crowd in front of him, he couldn't arouse interest and talk too much with the other party. Why doesn't he talk? Haha, it must be because I want to surrender, so I am embarrassed to speak. Ha 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 ha, there was bursts of laughter from the ninja coalition. However, at this moment, a voice full of chakra fluctuations came from Uzumaki Naruto's mouth. Sounds of voices covered the entire coalition. Tens of thousands of ninjas listened to the truth. Let me introduce myself to everyone. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. In order to let you better understand my situation, I'll explain it to you. Now, what you can see is what I look like in a normal state. After the Ninja Alliance heard this, countless question marks popped up in their minds. What is he saying? I don't know, it seems to be introducing myself. Self-introduction. Then, Uzumaki Naruto's voice came as promised. This is what I look like in the immortal state. The former army of the coalition army can see clearly. At this time, Uzumaki Naruto seems to have a slight change in his eyes. Here's what I'll look like in Nine Tails mode. I call it Fairy Fox mode after merging the Fairy Art Chakra. Boom. Accompanied by the rise of golden flames. The fierce chakra suddenly enveloped the entire coalition forces. This is... what a terrible chakra. Terumi Mei can't help but close her beautiful eyes suddenly. Uzumaki Naruto's powerful chakra formed ripples under her feet, which shocked her even more. This spillover of chakra is truly terrifying. Snort. What the hell is this kid trying to do? Are you wasting time? The fourth Raikage next to Terumi Mei complained in dissatisfaction. Then said disdainfully, just give him more time, no matter what means he wants to use, he can't beat us. And then, Uzumaki Naruto naturally did not hear the conversation of fourth Raikage and others. He raises his head slightly. The cross-eyed eyes suddenly fluctuated. As the pupils turned into ripples, a golden light suddenly turned into a skeleton to wrap them tightly. Everyone was shocked when they saw this. However, this is not over yet. The perception troops of the Ninja Alliance can obviously feel the fluctuation of chakra around Uzumaki Naruto. Such a powerful chakra is unheard of by them. Of course, under the surprised eyes of everyone. The golden light around Uzumaki Naruto became brighter and brighter, and the golden skeleton also kept changing accordingly. It's like giving birth to the meridian of flesh and blood that only people have. Immediately, the blotting out the sun began to swell. Impossible. This. What is this? On the battlefield. A huge shadow enveloped the entire Ninja Alliance. At this moment, they are no longer as relaxed as before. Everyone raised their heads collectively. Yang Tian looked at the behemoth right in front of him. They just felt their minds went blank, completely unable to understand what the huge Watengu burning with golden flames was. Magical, illusion. Tens of thousands of ninjas can't believe that the things they see are real. Perhaps, at some point, they were already in the illusion performed by Uzumaki Naruto. No. God. Some people have already been attracted by the golden giant in front of them. There is a feeling of wanting to bend down and kneel down. Behind Uzumaki Naruto's huge Susanoo, there is also a figure, also wrapped in golden armor. In order to avoid being affected by Uzumaki Naruto chakra, Uchiha Sasuke also opened Susanoo. But the volume gap between the two cannot be described using normal vocabulary. However, there is no unwilling expression on Sasuke's face, but it is full of respect and smile. As expected of my best friend, Uzumaki Naruto. This is what a savior should look like. Naruto, you are the real #1 ninja. Uchiha Sasuke's respectful expression did not elicit booing from the audience in Hakanai world. It seems that after seeing Uzumaki Black Naruto Susanoo, like the ninja coalition forces in the Black Naruto world, their brains have been down. He knew that Uzumaki on the screen was powerful, but he didn't expect his complete body, Susanoo, to be so different. Even surpassed Uchiha Madara's Susanoo. The strange thing is that the golden flame wrapped on the upper layer of the opponent Susanoo's armor is even more sacred to Uzumaki's Susanoo. Tsunade. Impossible, isn't Black Naruto's Susanoo silvery white? Why is it golden again here? Terumi Mei. Yes. I remember that Myanmar used to activate Susanoo when he was fighting against Haimaru. It stands to reason that the Susanoo of the wood-style avatar and his own Susanoo should be the same color. Senju Tobirama. Is it true that as we said before, he mixed with Nine Tails chakra to open Susanoo? Uchiha Madara. Exactly, Black Naruto is the Susanoo that uses the fusion of Nine Tails chakra and its own chakra. Senju Hashirama. The Black Naruto boy is really talented. This situation is more about chakra's control than putting on Susanoo's armor for Nine Tails. Onoki. How the hell do you fight? There is no way to win. Fourth Raikage. I feel that as long as Kuro Naruto draws out the long knife at Susanoo's waist, the sword will fall, and the world will fall apart, and the game for ordinary ninjas will be over. The forest not far away. Cool. So cool. Attention all departments, we must zoom out the camera again, otherwise we will not be able to capture the whole picture of Mr. Naruto. Move faster. The director of the Princess Fengyun frantically urged the already stupid staff around him. Tsunade and Orochimaru also froze in place at this moment. What is the golden light covering the sky and the sun in front of me? Is this really created by Uzumaki Naruto? It's wonderful, it's really wonderful. Orochimaru stares straight. Spike Shebang even knelt down on his knees, knocking his head on the ground. He was very grateful for his wisdom back then. To follow such a powerful existence. In the woods on the other side. In the paper tree, Nagato stares. The cold sweat on the face clearly slipped down. Impossible. Is this something humans can do? What's wrong? Nagato. What happened? It was the first time Konan saw Nagato who was so panicked. Don't think too much, something big must have happened outside. However, at this time, Nagato was already dazzled by Uzumaki Naruto's technique. At this moment, he was full of regrets about why he didn't agree to Uzumaki Naruto's request. Compared to Nagato, Uchiha is the most shocked. Of course, Uchiha Obito and Black Zetsu, who know that only the Uchiha clan or Sage of Six Paths can open Susanoo. They panicked more than anyone else, and they couldn't even understand what Naruto did to be able to open such a terrifying full-body Susanoo. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. What on earth is it? That guy. Why can you start something that only the Uchiha clan can do? Does he also have Sharingan? No. Even with Sharingan, it is impossible to do this. Nobody, not even Uchiha Madara. Uchiha Obito almost screamed with madness, which shocked Pen even more. What Uchiha Madara? Didn't you call yourself Uchiha Madara? Damn it. Obito completely ignored Pain, who was already surrounded by him. Nowadays, he doesn't have time to care about whether Nagato knows his identity. The scene has become so chaotic. Why hasn't Uchiha Madara, who is hiding in the crowd, made a move yet? Could it be that? At this moment, Uchiha Madara suddenly felt a chill in his heart. Rinnegan is the ultimate evolution of the Sharingan of the Uchiha family. Naturally, Susanoo's pupil technique can be activated. Could it be that Uchiha Madara, is it Uzumaki Naruto? As soon as this thought came out, Obito suddenly felt the air around him freeze. Thinking back now, the appearance of the masked man is really strange. He is like a black hand behind the scenes, uniting with Shimura Danzo to target Konoha village, but every time the target only brings benefits to Konoha village. Just like what he said at the beginning. That person is undoubtedly cheating Danzo, wanting Danzo to die. Only this time, the person who was cheated was himself. Hey. What should I do now? Black Zetsu is also stupid. For a long time, they have no definite information about Uzumaki Naruto. This is a very strange thing. Uzumaki Naruto would rather close the entire Konoha village, and would rather suffer and accept Shadow Clone as the guard of Konoha village. Even during the Great War, the ninjas of Konoha village would rather blow themselves up with a detonator than become a prisoner. What is needed is to prevent the leakage of information. It seems that what they are hiding is the calendar area of Uzumaki Naruto itself. Not good. In this case, there is no chance of winning. At this moment, Black Zetsu seems to have fallen into the abyss. Planning a millennium plan, seeing the hope, but killing Uzumaki Naruto halfway. However, just as everyone was immersed in fear and had their own thoughts, a loud voice suddenly spread throughout the battlefield. This is the Susanoo I formed with the 9 tails chakra in my Rinnegan state. You can call it the Flash Susanoo 9. Audience. What the hell is this named ghost? Is the Flash golden? Susanoo 9 because of Susanoo plus 9 tails chakra? Uzumaki Hei Ming is strong, but the natural dullness that occasionally gets up is exactly the same as Uzumaki Bai Ming. However, the audience is used to it, and they also know why the two are naturally dumbfounded. After all, their mothers are both Uzumaki Kushina. When Kushina is in a hurry, she will naturally say some irrelevant words in a daze. Rinnegan. Boom. At this moment, Uchiha Obito's brain seemed to explode. The buzzing sound kept lingering in his mind. Uzumaki Naruto actually opened Rinnegan. There is no doubt that I have been deceived. He actually took the initiative to find Uzumaki Naruto and proposed cooperation. The two were also studying the tactics against Konoha village at the same time. It was expected that at this moment, Kisame had already been tied up by the ninjas of Konoha village. Uchiha Obito's legs gave way, and he nearly staggered and fell. He has no mind to think about how Uzumaki Naruto opened Rinnegan. He just knew that when the opponent was preparing to act, the tens of thousands of ninja coalition forces had already become local chickens and dogs. So, what will meet them next? Uchiha Obito dare not think. Wheel. Rinnegan, Nagato murmured mechanically. Just now, Uzumaki Naruto's words naturally reached Konan's ears. Konan shuddered, and finally understood why Nagato broke out in a cold sweat just now. Uzumaki Naruto. Does he have Rinnegan too? Konan's beautiful eyes trembled in fright. Although they both have Rinnegan, it can be seen from Nagato's terrified expression that Uzumaki Naruto is obviously more comfortable than him. Obviously the opponent is an opponent that Nagato's Pen 6 Paths cannot beat. Nagato. I'm going out now, I'm going to beg Yule Naruto. You are all from the Uzumaki clan, maybe we will confess to him, and he will let you go. Konan didn't care about his own safety. Perhaps in the eyes of Naruto, the outsider himself is not worth mentioning and has no value. But Nagato is different. At the beginning, Naruto came to lobby because he was from the Uzumaki family. Perhaps as long as you admit your mistakes with sincerity, you can at least keep Nagato alive. However, Nagato smiled dryly and did not respond to Konan. However, everything is not over. Just when everyone was so nervous because of the scene in front of them that their mouths were dry and they didn't dare to think what the other party was going to do next. Uzumaki Naruto's voice spread across the land again. It's like a god's instruction from the sky. Oops. You seem to be afraid of this look? It's true, Susanoo's appearance is a bit uncomfortable. Then I'll change you to a brighter and kinder one. The voice falls to the ground. The huge black shadow covering the ninja coalition suddenly dissipated. Unfortunately, everyone's heart has already reached their throats. They don't know what else Uzumaki Naruto wants to do, but from just now. It is only the judgment of the other party's discourse. He doesn't seem to want to stop. However, without waiting for others to respond, Uzumaki Naruto clapped his hands and shouted loudly. Sage art. Wood style true several thousand hands. Boom. Accompanied by a roar. The entire battlefield is like a huge earthquake for no reason. When everyone was swaying from side to side, another huge shadow covered the sky and sun, covering all of them. Look up. Hiss, everyone gasped. The golden flames are shining with bursts of light. The huge Buddha statue with folded hands is shining with golden light all over its body, like a god who saves the suffering. However, the countless layers of arms behind this huge Buddha statue give people a feeling of despair like that. Also, Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke standing on top of the Buddha's head are so small, especially Uchiha Sasuke. Even if Sasuke with Susanoo is turned on, when facing the Buddha, he is as small as an ant. Perhaps as long as the Buddha is happy, a random slap behind him can crush Uchiha Sasuke who is driving a Susanoo to death. Gods. This must be a god. Hey. Ninja coalition forces. Tens of thousands of ninjas no longer have the confidence to think that Uzumaki Naruto wants to surrender. The golden Susanoo and the golden Buddha have already made them fall into deep despair. Ninjas with poor mentality have even turned into lunatics. It's a god. Quickly follow me and kneel down. It's a god. Meet the gods. Meet the god. At this moment, the audience who witnessed the world of Hyeming. He also swallowed reluctantly. Even across the screen, they can feel the pressure of true several thousand hands. In particular, the golden light emanating from the whole Buddha gave it an indescribable indescribability. Although it is said that the audience of Beiming World has seen the battle of Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara in the Valley of the End. But Senju Hashirama's true several thousand hands is so ordinary compared to Black Ming's true several thousand hands. Onoki. Can't afford it. Uzumaki can't afford it. Fourth Raikage. Yes, against an opponent like us, he can't play so well, right? Terumi Mei. It's over. We in the Hyeming world were really cheated to death by Danzo in the daimyo of the Land of Fire. If Hyeming really uses the top Buddha, this punch will be smashed down, and the ninja coalition there will be no survivors. Luo Sha. I agree with what Fourth Raikage said. Uzumaki Black Ming really can't play so big, right? Give the ninja coalition a little oppression. Let them know that they will be obedient after despair. That's it. Senju Tobarama. I think it should be like this. After all, didn't Hei Ming say that we should still put people first, and pure killing is meaningless? Senju Hashirama. That's right. Hyeming boy will definitely not use the top Buddha, otherwise the ninja alliance below will really be wiped out. Boom. The ground trembled for a while, and the golden Buddha seemed to move slightly. Then, Uzumaki Naruto's seller's voice resounded throughout the world. Sure enough, the Buddha is even more majestic. So, let you all experience the power of my move. Remember his name. Sage art wood style true several thousand hands. Turning Buddha on the top. Boom, boom, boom. With the pounding of thousands of arms behind the Buddha, the entire ground continued to vibrate violently. And accompanied by a loud noise, the sky collapsed and the earth cracked in an instant, and dust rose everywhere. The destructive power of the Buddha on the top stretches for more than 10 kilometers. Where the fist goes, the huge force seems to sleep the world until it explodes. 2. Fantastic. Orochimaru and Tsunade, and the ninjas from Renan village lead the crew to safety, and Orochimaru looked at everything in the distance with trembling snake eyes. At this time, he no longer knows what words to use to describe the distant scenery. The only thing he is clear about is that luckily their backs are facing the golden Buddha, otherwise they might not even have a chance to escape. Senju Hashirama. Senju Hashirama. Sorry, I thought he wouldn't use this move, after all. Ahahaha. Uchiha Madara. Okay, the Ninja Alliance has fully explained this time. True several thousand hands the moment the Buddha on the top is pressed down, the scene of the sky collapsing and the ground collapsing suddenly split the audience in Beiming world. Llama. You don't really want to watch me sit on a pile of corpses and eat bark. This is a sentence that Uzumaki Black Ming often said. The implication is that he wants to bring the ninja world into his pocket. Under his rule, people live and work in peace and contentment, and he wants to enjoy the feedback people give him, instead of destroying the ninja world purely by killing. But what does the picture on the screen mean? Uzumaki Black Naruto really shot. With this big Buddha sweeping the floor, it is almost impossible for anyone to survive. Unless that person has learned the Flying Thunder God technique and can fly tens of kilometers away in an instant, he will also be affected by the Buddha on the top. Nagato. Don't worry, don't panic, don't forget Koronaru has Rinnegan, he can cast Rinne Tensai. Rinne Tensai? Nagato's words immediately caught everyone's eyes. Just like when Nagato revived the villagers of Konoha village, this is a large-scale summer technique. Tsunade. By the way, even if this group of people are dead, if Heimari thinks about it, he can bring them all back to life. Jiraiya. So this kid just wants to scare them all at once so he can rule them later. Terumi Mei. Hey. This devastating blow, I think all the ninjas have been terrified after hearing the news, and even hearing the name of Hyeming will tremble in the future. Onoki. I still think that kid Hyeming is boring, and he just uses such devastating ninjutsu as soon as he comes up. Fourth Raikage. But third Tsuchikage, you don't seem to be on the battlefield, right? You are a thief who sent your son and granddaughter. Onoki. Nonsense, tens of thousands of ninjas from the Ninja Alliance against a Konoha village. Who would have thought that such a situation would happen? I definitely think that I don't need to play in order to let the Black Earth and Yellow Warriors learn from experience. The gigantic resounding sound stopped unconsciously. The earth also returned to calm. The loess all over the sky covered the sky and the sun, and the dust could not be dispersed for a long time. Fortunately, at this time, a sudden gust of wind blew up, which made the battlefield appear in front of everyone in a shorter time. It's over. Uzumaki Naruto lowers his arm. Uchiha Sasuke looked at Uzumaki Naruto in admiration. The strong wind just now naturally came from the opponent's wind-style ninjutsu. However, in the next second, Sasuke said regretfully, Naruto. This time, Shimura Danzo may have been photographed into a meat paste. However, what Sasuke didn't expect was that Uzumaki Naruto smiled slightly and said, "No, Danzo is still alive and kicking around." What? Impossible. Uchiha Sasuke was shocked by Uzumaki Naruto's remarks at the same time. His eyes were like copper bells. In front of me, there is no flat battlefield. The entire terrain has already undergone huge changes in the violent impact just now. Even, not far away, the originally flat ground was covered by a valley. There. Uchiha Sasuke looked at the valley in the distance. On the surviving tree branches on the cliff, the clothes of the victims were still hanging. On the broken black cloth strip, red Xiangyun is indistinctly engraved. This piece of discarded fabric, I always feel like I have seen it before. Then, Uchiha Sasuke's pupils trembled suddenly. Shao organization? Suddenly, he looked at the dilapidated battlefield again. Among the rocks, corpses are strewn across the field, but there are still many ninjas who survived the attack of the Buddha. Although they were shivering in the rocks, at least they survived. Of course, there are many people who were seriously injured and fell to the ground. Obviously, the main target of Uzumaki Naruto's attack just now is not the main battlefield where the ninja coalition forces are located. In the distance, there is a hidden area of Shao organization. Sasuke, go find Danzo and kill him. Just be careful not to be confused by his Izanagi. This time, I want him to die completely. Shimura Danzo, who was watching the movie, squinted at Uzumaki's dark and cold words. I was quite upset. Shimura Danzo. What a stinky and shameless guy. Is it because I'm useless that I'm going to fail the exam? Sarutobi Hiruzen. It's not that you deserve to be used. If you took advantage of Hymen and wanted to use you to let you go, you should hide in the ends of the earth and hide. Maybe you can survive until the end. Udatain Kaharu. That's right, after all, Danzo doesn't seem to have a direct animosity relationship with Black Naruto. Mitokado Homura. Forget it, with the character of Hymen cutting weeds and rooting out roots, if Danzo wants to escape and hide, he will have a shorter time to live. Uchiha Sasuke took the order and rushed directly towards the ruins. Uzumaki Naruto looked into the distance. There are two people looking at everything on the battlefield in shock. Konan, Nagato. Because the distance between the two is far enough, they have not been greatly affected. However, the paper tree was scattered by the power generated by the Buddha on the top, and the figures of the two were exposed to the outside at this time. Nagato. This is. Konan couldn't believe what he saw. Originally a good plain, but now it has become a ruin of rocks. What's even more frightening is that a valley that has never appeared in the distance inexplicably. Are these all made by Uzumaki Naruto? Konan just felt the violent shaking of the ground, but he didn't witness the horror of trying true several thousand hands with his own eyes. Yes. Nagato ignored the cold sweat oozing from his forehead. Through the vision of Pain's 6 paths, he knows best how terrible ninjutsu is. No one can resist. Pain's 6 paths is like an ant in front of Uzumaki Naruto. The attack of Wa Buddha on the top has beaten Pain's 6 paths to pieces. Nagato firmly believes that even if he uses planetary devastation himself, it will not help. In the face of that terrifying power, the Earth explosive star is just an existence that can be hammered and exploded at will. Can't win. He and Uzumaki Naruto are not at the same level at all. Are you a god? Recalling the point of view he explained to Naruto back then, Nagato felt extremely ashamed. What kind of tail-beast weapon can destroy a country in an instant? Perhaps as long as Uzumaki Naruto in front of him is willing, he can completely disappear a country from this world with a snap of his fingers. There is also the pair of renegades who can be identified as saviors. Nagato shook his head with a wry smile. Konan, maybe Uzumaki Naruto is the real god who promotes the progress of the world. Recalling the attack just now, Nagato is very clear that the tens of thousands of ninja coalition forces are finished. This is a collection of ninjas from all ninja villages. At this moment, I have realized what is fear and what is. In this world, only a powerful existence like Uzumaki Naruto can deter all ninjas. Nagato had a flash of inspiration, and suddenly remembered Uzumaki Naruto's plan. He wanted to unify and manage the ninja world as a whole. Now, Nagato suddenly realizes that Uzumaki Naruto's idea of unifying the ninja world is not a way to change the world pattern. The change of the world pattern will inevitably involve the progress of the world. Unfortunately, it is too late to figure it out now. Nagato had just settled down. Before he had time to say anything to Konan, the huge suction force of the Japanese stock market suddenly lingered around him. This is universal pull? Nagato is startled. The next second, the body is like a cannonball, suddenly flying towards the battlefield. Konan's face turned pale when he saw this. Nagato. With no time to think, Konan spread his wings and chased after him. However, Nagato's speed is too fast. No matter how hard Konan tried, he couldn't catch Nagato, who was sucked away. Finally, the two came to Uzumaki Naruto one after the other. Uzumaki Naruto. Konan landed and saw the blonde boy in front of him. He was even more shocked and didn't know how to express the fear in his heart. However, the other party didn't pay attention to the pale Konan, but looked slightly at the shriveled Nagato. Naruto frowned slightly. He didn't expect Nagato to be so skinny. It seems that you have really experienced a very painful thing, and now you can only rely on instruments to maintain your actions? Naruto asked. Yes. Nagato is calm in his heart. This is the side effect of my forced ghetto statue. I used my own flesh and blood to activate that monster. Ghetto statue? Uzumaki Naruto shook his head slightly. You are wrong, Nagato. Only the Rinnegan is needed to control the power of the ghetto statue. Unfortunately, your strength doesn't match Rinnegan that well. That's why ghetto statue absorbs your flesh and blood. Naruto did not explain to Nagato that Rinnegan is a manifestation of Sharingan's evolution to ultimate. He thinks it doesn't make much sense to talk about this kind of thing. He pats Nagato on the shoulder lightly. After Uzumaki Naruto's chakra came into contact with Nagato's chakra, the memories in Nagato's mind suddenly flooded into Uzumaki Naruto's mind. Turn out to be. Your so-called pain is these. Nagato. Your parents were accidentally killed by ninjas in Konoha village because of the war, and your friend Yahiko was murdered by Hanzo and Danzo because of her innocence. Is this what you call pain? How do these pains compare to my parents who sacrificed themselves to protect Konoha, but I have been ostracized by Konoha village? How is this pain compared to Uchiha Sasuke's clan being exterminated overnight by his beloved brother? Also, since you and Yahiko and others established the Akatsuki organization, if you want to achieve something, you have to face all kinds of difficulties and pains. Those who are not enlightened will blame others after things happen. Uzumaki Naruto pats Nagato on the shoulder lightly. Nagato. Uzumaki Naruto opened his mouth quietly, his words became a lot colder. I gave you a chance before, but you let me down. I'll come to you after I finish cleaning up Uchiha Obito later. What Uzumaki said made the audience think deeply. Nagato's pain stems from the pain of losing a loved one brought about by the war. It is the pain of the death of a close friend after being betrayed. However, all these pains are commonplace in the war-torn ninja world. People who have experienced Nagato's pain can be said to abound. Compared to Uzumaki Naruto, compared to Uchiha Sasuke. Especially the pain that Uchiha Sasuke caused by the destruction of the Uchiha family. That really hurts. His beloved brother killed the whole family, leaving 7-year-old Sasuke alone to suffer. For Sasuke, it was the loss of a loved one, betrayal by someone he believed in, and even a collapse of ideals. As Black Ming said, since Nagato, Yahiko, and Konan, they chose to take a different path and try to change the ninja world. Well, they have to bear anything that can happen along the way. Including betrayal, including death. Tsunade. Hey. It seems that Koronaru doesn't want to give Nagato a second chance. Jiraiya. Yes, with Hemming's personality, it was a great favor to talk to Nagato back then, but it's a pity. Deidara. It's over, the leader is not as lucky as us. Kakuzu. There is no way. After all, the leader doesn't know that Rinnegan is the ultimate of Sharingan evolution. He is being used and deceived without knowing it. Hoshigaki Kisame. Why didn't Koronaru tell the leader everything? Konan. Hey. Nagato. What if you tell me? I think Black Naruto told me that I was deceived by Obito and told me that the purpose of collecting 10 tails is to infinite Tsukuyomi. I don't believe it either. Namikaze Minato. Well, I agree with Nagato's statement. After all, only he knows himself best, and the kid still doesn't know what kind of ninjutsu infinite Tsukuyomi looks like, so he didn't mention it. Hitaki Kakashi. Teacher, it's not about discussing Nagato now. I think that even if Nagato dies, Hyeming will give him pleasure and not torture him. Now the unlucky one is Daiwang. Uchiha Obito. Only then did the audience remember Uzumaki's last words. He's ready to pack Uchiha Obito. Orochimaru. It seems that Obito chose to hide in the Kamui space to avoid the impact just now, but he didn't seem to leave. Black Zetsu. Curiosity killed the cat. It must be that Obito wanted to see the impact of turning into a Buddha on the top, so he returned to the battlefield and hid. Uchiha Obito. Nonsense. Isn't this normal behavior? Even if I run, where else can I run? Hitaki Kakashi. Obito, you don't seem to be as nervous as before. What's going on? Uchiha Obito. I'm about to be dealt with by Hyeming, and I feel a lot more relaxed, but I'm afraid that I will become a coward in the world of Hyeming, so don't leave Lin alone. Uchiha Madara. Cut. Is it really a love brain? But Obito, Uzumaki's strength is a good excuse for your love brain. Boom. In the distance of the messy battlefield, there are bursts of roaring sounds. Looking at the occasional flame, Naruto knows that Uchiha Sasuke has wrestled with Shimura Danzo. For a small person like Shimura Danzo, who has lost his value, he can no longer arouse Uzumaki Naruto's interest. As for Uchiha Obito, Uzumaki Naruto has not forgotten the agreement between the two of them. HMPH. Is that guy hiding again? Uzumaki Naruto also sensed Uchiha Obito's chakra just now. For a while, the other party didn't know where he went. However, just when Uzumaki Naruto wanted to continue to check on Obito's whereabouts, several angry voices sounded from in front of him. Uzumaki Naruto. Damn guy, this is all a good thing you did. People in our village. You killed so many of our companions. Hearing the words and looking away, Uzumaki Naruto saw a muscular, dark-skinned man standing not far from him. Who are you? Uzumaki Naruto frowned. You seem to be the fourth Raikage of Cloud Shinobi Village. HMPH. It's the old man. With the support of Killer Bee, fourth Raikage staggered in front of Uzumaki Naruto. Together with him, there are fifth Mizukage Terumi Mei, Grandma Chio. The Lois and Black Soil are also not far away, and they are rushing here. You will pay for this, Naruto Uzumaki, fourth Raikage let out a manic roar. However, Uzumaki Naruto didn't even look back, and immediately turned around and shouted, Uchiha Obito. I'll give you 10 seconds now, get out and see me immediately. Otherwise. Uzumaki Naruto's voice is quite loud. This scene made most of the surviving ninjas terrified, wondering why Uzumaki Naruto has not left yet. Also, who is Uchiha Obito? Comprehension point, come out quickly, let this plague god leave the battlefield quickly. When Uzumaki Naruto finished speaking, a loud voice sounded. Soon, a coffin appeared beside him, plop. As the coffin board falls, Nohara Lin slowly walked out of the coffin. Plus. 9. 8. Silent. Uzumaki Naruto didn't have any nonsense at all, and even started the countdown. Obito. Are you looking for Obito? However, at this time, Nohara Lin is not as sluggish as last time. Although Impure World Reincarnation's body cannot move freely, Uzumaki Naruto does not control her consciousness. However, Uzumaki Naruto still did not respond, continuing his countdown. Hateful. Seeing this, fourth Raikage was originally angry. He was even more angry at Naruto's arrogant appearance. Using the last chakra, he suddenly opened the lightning-style armor. With a flash, he came to Uzumaki Naruto. However, it is just a moment of effort. Boom. After a loud noise, fourth Raikage was stepped on by the Vortex Naruto. Fourth Raikage. Brother. Wooden Golem and Killer Bee saw this, just about to leave, when Uzumaki Naruto said coldly, who dares to move? If you are disturbing the affairs between me and Uchiha Obito, I will send him to the Pure Land world now. A voice that does not contain any emotional color enters the ears of several people. Everyone present seemed to have fallen into an abyss of ice. For a while, they really stayed where they were, not daring to move. However, just when Uzumaki Naruto wanted to continue the countdown, King Joe's chakra suddenly entered his perception range. However, the location where the other party appeared was actually near Nagato. Who? You. Konan is the closest to Nagato, and immediately noticed the abnormality in the surrounding space. The moment he saw Obito, Konan thought that Obito was here to save Nagato. However, in the next second, Konan's pupils suddenly attacked. The target of the masked man was actually Nagato's eyes. Unfortunately, although Obito's sneak attack speed is fast, it is not as fast as Uzumaki Naruto. Just when Obito was about to succeed, a huge suction force suddenly enveloped him and pulled him to Uzumaki Naruto's side in an instant. Call. While Konan breathed a sigh of relief, Uzumaki Naruto's words reached his ears. Uchiha Obito, do you still want to make the last struggle? You don't think you can compete with me if you snatch Nagato's Rinnegan? Tut tisk tisk. It seems that your feelings for Nohara Lin are very ordinary. Since you want to see her soul being dedicated to Shinigami by me, you are not willing to do things according to the suggestions I gave you at the beginning. Uzumaki Naruto mockingly looks at Uchiha Obito, who appears in front of him again. Just now, Obito, who was dragged by universal pull, slipped into the Kamui space halfway. Reluctantly, Nohara Lin had already appeared at this time, and Uchiha Obito had no choice but to appear in front of Uzumaki Naruto again. Obito looked at Nagato, who was not far away, and he clenched his fists unconsciously. Originally, he wanted to gamble, deduct Nagato's Rinnegan and press it on himself. Although, he doesn't know why Uzumaki Naruto has Rinnegan, but Obito knows very well that Nagato's situation cannot bring out the true strength of Rinnegan. However, Obito, as the Uchiha family, is naturally not comparable to Nagato. Unfortunately, Uzumaki Naruto's reaction exceeded his imagination. After one failure, if he wants to act again, Nagato will definitely not be as defenseless as before. Defeated. This time it was really a complete failure. Obito? After hearing Naruto's words, Nohara Lin's eyes flickered a few times. In the Pure Land world, she has been observing Uchiha Obito, and she is very aware of everything the other party does. Nine Tails Rebellion, controlling Kirigakure, becoming the boss behind Akatsuki organization. The only thing that Rin Nohara is not clear about is the agreement between Obito and Uzumaki Naruto. Because, at that time, Lin Nohara had already been released by Uzumaki Naruto in Pure World Reincarnation. The soul returns to the dirty body, so naturally I can no longer observe Obito's every move. Lin? Hearing Nohara Rin's voice, Uchiha Obito's one-eyed Sharingan trembled suddenly. This voice. This face. It was Nohara Lin whom he had been thinking about day and night. However, the opponent's body is a body of dirt. Damn Uzumaki Naruto. Uchiha Obito screamed helplessly in his heart. Even he was reluctant to let Nohara Lin reappear in the ninja world in such an embarrassing appearance. Uzumaki Naruto. Lin, the enmity between us has nothing to do with Lin. Furthermore. Besides, Lin and your mother Uzumaki Kushina have a very good relationship, even if you want to avenge 4th Hokage and Kushina. If you let them know that you treat Nohara Lin like this, they will not agree. Uchiha Obito's anxious voice made the corner of Uzumaki Naruto's mouth twitch playfully. It turns out that he also knows what panic is. Naruto? Uzumaki Naruto. Hey! You are the son of Minato-sensei and Kushina-san. Nohara Lin felt that Uzumaki Naruto in front of her was familiar from just now, but she didn't dare to confirm the identity of the other party. Unexpectedly, he is actually the son of his teacher. I see. Nohara Lin finally understood everything. Uzumaki Naruto in front of me is here to seek revenge from Obito. Swish swish swish. At the same time, several figures landed on the battlefield at the same time. Hitaki Kakashi, Might Guy, Yurihong and others have come to the battlefield. It's too late to sigh Uzumaki Naruto's feat of destroying the Ninja Alliance. Hitaki Kakashi was the first to speak. Master 6th Hokage, you should think about this kind of thing clearly. For the chief culprit of the Nine Tails Rebellion, Obito must be unpardonable. You can't hurt yourself because of him, a sinner. Hitaki Kakashi knows that Uzumaki Naruto possesses the secret technique to completely resurrect others. But they don't know the steps and details of this secret technique. What they know is that the person who performs the ghoul seal will definitely die. Hitaki Kakashi, Yurihong and others are afraid that Uzumaki Naruto will come up for revenge. If they really resort to ghoul sealing, there is no way out. Kakashi? 6th Hokage? Nohara Lin looked at Uzumaki Naruto in surprise. Shocked. As expected of the son of Mr. Minato and Sister Kushina, he became the Hokage of Konoha village at such a young age. Lin heard Nohara Lin's voice. Kakashi was taken aback for a moment. He didn't expect that this time Nohara Lin actually had a subjective consciousness. At this moment, Hitaki Kakashi suddenly apologized. Sorry, Lin. This incident dragged you in. Sorry. Hitaki Kakashi. In your mouth. What else can you say? At this moment, Uchiha Obito's emotions have reached a critical point. He snarls at Hitaki Kakashi frantically. Lin is right in front of you. Uzumaki Naruto wants to seal her soul, you know that. For such a long time, you still haven't done anything. What face do you have to keep saying sorry to Lin here? Hitaki Kakashi. Shut up. Uzumaki Naruto shouted loudly at the same time, and immediately shocked all the panting ninjas present. He no longer wants to talk too much nonsense with Uchiha Obito in front of him. Before, all that should be said has been said. And looking at the other party's appearance, Uzumaki Naruto looked disgusted. Is this really my opponent? Obito feels less ambitious than Shimura Danzo. If Uchiha Obito gave up Nohara Lin in this war, he chose to run away and struggle again. Perhaps, Uzumaki Naruto will give him a high look. If it is really for a woman, he can unceremoniously perform the ghoul seal to make Nohara Lin's soul return to the Pure Land. Uzumaki Naruto also respects him as a man, but Uzumaki Naruto glanced coldly at Uchiha Obito, who was trembling. Coldly said, Uchiha Obito, my patience is very limited. You'd better make a decision quickly. Why? The audience in Beiming World sighed deeply. Uchiha Obito of the Black Naruto world lost his mind when he lost his sneak attack on Nagato and obtained Rinnegan. In his mind, it seems that Hitaki Kakashi should stop Uzumaki from banning Nohara Rin's soul. This statement is obviously unreasonable. Even though Hitaki Kakashi and Nohara Rin are extremely good friends. However, his identity is more of a ninja. There's no reason to stop Uzumaki from blacking out. Besides, this matter was originally Uzumaki Hymen's revenge plan against Uchiha Obito. Unless Hitaki Kakashi has a big brain problem, he will ask Uzumaki to stop as Nohara Rin's partner. In the eyes of Hymen, this kind of behavior is no different from a traitor. No one dares to act indiscriminately at this time. Hitaki Kakashi. Obito, you in the world of Black Naruto seem to be insane. It's not because of anxiety and nervousness, you have a mental breakdown and become a lunatic. Uchiha Obito. Tsunade. Hey. Sure enough, I can't let go of Nohara Rin. I think Obito has already hid in the Kamui space when Hymen destroyed the Ninja Alliance. If he doesn't come out, he should be able to escape. Terumi Mei. Yes, Obito still wanted to struggle in the end, trying to take away Nagato's Rinnegan, but unfortunately he failed. Uchiha Madara. Humph. Just him? If he really took away Nagato's 2 Rinnegans, he can only use one at most. Maybe he moved the 2 Rinnegans together in order to fight with Kuro Ming. Planted on his body, without Hei Ming's hands, he died suddenly. Yamanaka Ino. After all, Uchiha Obito is still entangled in the matter of Nohara Rin. When he casts Kamui space for the second time, he still has a chance to run. Haruno Sakura. No, since Kuro Ming has found him, as long as Kuro Ming marks him, under the influence of time regression, Obito's Kamui has lost its effect. Yurihong. Uchiha Obito seems to have lost control of his emotions. Everything is settled, and he is still complaining about Hitaki Kakashi. Might Guy. Yeah. And Kakashi is trying to persuade Koronaru not to use Ghoul Seal. Uchiha Obito. Bah. He was worried that Hymen would die after using ghouls to seal him off, so he didn't care about Lin. Hitaki Kakashi. As I said, Obito, you have always been an idiot. In today's world of Koronaru, nothing is more important than being able to make Koronaru happy. Whatever I say. He can be moved and happy by what he says and does. Xiao Xiao's request will not be a matter of waving He Ming's hand. Even if I want to bring Lin back to life completely, he can do it. Arrive. Hitaki Kakashi. But you grind and chirp when the dust settles, and once the patience of Hyeming is worn out, the only ones who are unlucky are Nohara Rin, Obito, did not write for Noerin. The person who thinks is you, not Chu. Nohara Rin, who was confused at the side, finally understood what Uchiha Obito meant. The purpose of Uzumaki Naruto summoning himself is to force Obito to use Ghoul Seal to seal his own soul. If the other party does not follow, Nohara Rin's soul will always be with Shinigami. Obito. Nohara Rin softly called Obito's name. Memories of the past come to mind. At that time, Obito always looked unreliable, but his heart was absolutely kind. But because of his own death, he became like this. Nohara Lin didn't understand why this happened, but at this moment, she didn't know what to say. After all, the death of 4th Hokage and Uzumaki Kushina was caused by the king. As a result, Konoha village was severely persecuted, and there were countless casualties. No matter what reason Uchiha Obito has, this behavior is wrong in Rin Nohara's mind. Uzumaki Naruto. How could this be? I remember that in our world, Nohara Rin's attitude towards Obito was not like this. She said that she took 10 and took a lot of detours. Uchiha Sasuke. Naruto. Why are you still so innocent? In our world, Uchiha Obito can finally be said to be the hero who sealed Otsutsuki Kaguya. What Uchiha Sasuke said was true. This point is recognized by the audience of Beiming World. Without Uchiha Obito's awakening, Uchiha Sasuke could only wander aimlessly in the yellow sand space of Otsutsuki Kaguya. He and Uzumaki Naruto cannot get together, and it is certainly impossible to seal Otsutsuki Kaguya. Also, Obito died for helping Naruto against Kosha Ashes, and used Kamui to save Hitaki Kakashi. Take away Hitaki Kakashi, Mangekyo Sharingan performed full-body Susanoo and Kamui Reikuri. All these links, as long as one part is missing, the plan of sealing Otsutsuki Kaguya will be seriously deteriorated, and even cause Naruto to fail. Based on this alone, 453 is indeed a heroic act, and no one can erase the credit for suppressing it. So Lin Nohara was relieved to see Obito after returning to the right path. It's a pity that in the world of Koronaru, Uchiha Obito doesn't have such a good chance to perform. Of course, according to Heiwu's personality, he would not laugh away with Obito like Bai Ming, let alone tell him so many boring truths. Lin heard Nohara Linching calling her name. Uchiha Obito turns his gaze to Nohara Rin. But at this point, Uchiha Obito's heart is like 1,000 arrows piercing through it. Nohara Rin slightly turned her face to the side. Her trembling pupils were unwilling to look at Uchiha Obito in front of her. Regardless of the eyes or her expression, what Dai Wang saw was disappointment. However, Uzumaki Naruto completely saw all of this. Naruto's face is slightly stern, and there is no pity in his eyes, but more resentment and disdain for Obito. It seems that Rin Nohara is not very worried about her soul being with Shinigami. In this regard, she is much better than you. Uzumaki Naruto makes a low voice. Gaze becomes sharper. Uchiha Obito. What? Don't you dare to face Nohara Lin. Uzumaki Naruto. Uchiha Obito roared wildly, interrupting Uzumaki Naruto's conversation. You don't know anything. Do you know what I'm doing for? Infinite Tsukuyomi Project. As long as this plan is successful, everyone. I said that everyone can realize their deepest thoughts in dreams. Reunion with family, chatting with relatives and friends. Ideal, even if it is selfish ambition. As long as you are in the dream world of infinite Tsukuyomi, all this can be realized. Uzumaki Naruto, you are destroying everyone's dreams. If you really love the people around you, you should choose to cooperate with me, not against me. So what if 4th Hokage and Uzumaki Kushina were sacrificed? So what if your childhood was bleak? As long as infinite Tsukuyomi is launched, all this can be achieved. Kakashi. Obito looked again at Hitaki Kakashi, who was shocked by infinite Tsukuyomi. In the world of infinite Tsukuyomi, you can enjoy the time you have walked with White Fang. You are also an elite ninja in my eyes. Lin will not die, she will always be by our side. Naruto can also re-experience the happy time with his parents. Sasuke's brother Uchiha Itachi is still the brother he admires. Everyone. Uchiha Obito tries to defend himself to make everyone understand his thoughts. Understand the beauty of the world he created. However, Uzumaki Naruto scolded on the spot, Obito. The daydream is over. The world of infinite Tsukuyomi is false. We are ninjas, warriors. Uzumaki Naruto's shouts raged between the battlefields, and everyone who was panting could hear them. The accusation of a soldier is to defend the country. I once said that as long as a ninja travels on a mission, there is no guarantee that he will come back safe and sound. Among the content that each ninja village learns in the ninja school, the only thing that is the same is the content in the ninja manual. That is the most basic element of being a ninja. Those who can't accept it, why don't you endure it? It turns out that this is Infinite Tsukuyomi's plan. Uzumaki Naruto finally understands the Infinite Tsukuyomi plan discussed by Uchiha Madara and Uchiha Obito and Black Zetsu. It turned out to be a big illusion that can cover the ninja world. Subsequently, Uzumaki Naruto sneered even more. This dreamlike feeling is just an excuse for you to escape reality. People have their own thoughts, which will change according to your preferences, as you said. Obito. You should also know that I possess the secret technique of bringing people back from the dead. Stop negotiating with us with your clumsy terms. Konoha's White Fang Ya and other seniors have been resurrected long ago. Is Mr. Kakashi spending his whole life with his false father in a dream? On the contrary, it is you. Seeing Nohara Lin, who is disappointed in you, must be very painful inside. End of words. Uzumaki Naruto did not forget to look at Nagato not far away. Feeling Naruto's gaze, Nagato lowered his head in shame. My compatriot Nagato Sr., like you, dare not face his dead relatives and friends. Naruto. At this time, Konan interjected, Nagato and I didn't know that the Infinite Tsukuyomi project existed. Although Naruto's conversation was interrupted, Konan's tone was full of weakness and a sense of negotiation. She tries to give her last companion, Nagato, a chance of survival. Konan, stop talking. Naruto is right. I am just a coward who dare not face all this. Why? Shao organized everyone to sigh. They have never seen their leader so vulnerable. It's a pity that there is no way. Uzumaki Naruto in the world of Heiming, the horror index has exceeded everyone's cognition. If there is a god in the ninja world, maybe Uzumaki is the only true god. Uzumaki Naruto stares at the speechless Uchiha Obito. Also, people around him don't have any interest in Obito's so-called Infinite Tsukuyomi. Obito, it's time to hit the road. Uzumaki Naruto did not expect Uchiha Obito, who was cornered, to expose the specific situation of Infinite Tsukuyomi. Right now, Obito has no use for himself. New and old grudges, we can repay them together. Clap clap clap. Uzumaki Naruto's sudden applause surprised everyone. After this, Orochimaru walked out with brisk steps. Uzumaki Naruto-sama. Orochimaru respectfully salutes Naruto. Then, he looked at Uchiha Obito. Obito. It seems that you didn't follow Naruto-sama's words to learn the Ghoul Seal. In that case, let me use Ghoul Seal to seal Nohara Lin's soul. As soon as Orochimaru said this, Uchiha Obito's heart sank into the ice cellar. Only then did he realize that Uzumaki Naruto may not be the one who performed the Dead Ghost Seal. As long as someone casts the Dead Ghost Seal, he will be able to resurrect this person at that time. But Nohara Rin's soul will be completely held in Shinigami's hands, and she will suffer forever. Ah la la. Lin, you don't have to blame me. I am the immortal Orochimaru myself, plus Naruto-sama's supernatural ability. After I ban you, I will not accompany you to take care of Shinigami. You don't have to hate me, just hate Uchiha Obito if you want to. Boom. Orochimaru's words made Uchiha Obito's mind explode even more. Look at Nohara Rin's expression again. I saw that the other party pursed their lips, closed their eyes tightly, and the feeling of resignation made Obito's heart ache even more. Orochimaru, stop me. Uchiha Obito let out a long cry. Who told you that I didn't learn the Ghoul Seal? I will summon Shinigami to show you right now. Uzumaki Naruto, you must order Orochimaru to stop. Panic. Uzumaki Naruto obviously felt that Uchiha Obito was flustered. That guy is so messed up that he has forgotten the principle of ghoul sealing. Orochimaru's soul has been banned, where can he resurrect? If you use ghoul seal unlock, Nohara Lin's soul will also be freed. It's just that in the face of such a situation, the confused Uchiha Obito has already lost the energy to think about all this. Instead, he was bluffed by Orochimaru. Uchiha Obito actually learned how to seal ghouls. The audience froze. This shows that Uchiha Obito has made a compromise with Koronaru from the very beginning. What is this? Uchiha Obito was really killed by a Nohara Lin. Tsunade. Hey, with Orochimaru's sinister face, it's no wonder Obito isn't crazy. Jiraiya. But Korochimaru has the ability to go back in time, so it is impossible for Orochimaru to have problems. Uchiha Madara. First of all, so far, only Nine Tails is aware of the black calling pupil technique. Others don't know his ability at all. With Obito not knowing the black Ming pupil technique, the normal thought should be that Orochimaru accompanied Nohara Lin die together. And then bet that Orochimaru was unwilling to die, instead of being frightened by Orochimaru's words and compromising on the spot. Black Zetsu. Madara, you are still so self-righteous. Who told you that Obito didn't know that Orochimaru would die with Nohara Rin? It doesn't matter to him whether Orochimaru dies, the important thing is Nohara. Yuan Lin's soul will be with Shinigami. Uchiha Obito. Hey. Black Zetsu is right, no matter how bad I am, I know that it is impossible to be resurrected after casting ghoul binding, but it doesn't matter to me whether Orochimaru dies or not. Orochimaru. He, it's a pity that Mr. Naruto is so powerful that I can't die at all. If I don't dare to bet according to what Uchiha Madara said, wouldn't Obito just be dumbfounded? At that time, he was broken and upset. Kurenai Yuhi. Ah. If I were Uchiha Obito of the Black Naruto world, I might have known myself in one shot. Faced with this choice, it is really too painful. Uchiha Obito tremblingly begins to seal. Uzumaki Naruto knows very well from the appearance of the opponent's seal that this is the seal of the ghoul. I didn't expect this guy to really learn the ghoul seal. Uzumaki Naruto complained a few words in his heart. In order to prevent Nohara Lin's soul from being banned and sealed by the ghoul, Wong actually made two preparations. If the war is won, he will take back Nohara Lin. If he fails, he will seal his own soul. Obito. Hitaki Kakashi's voice trembled. My mind is filled with the figure of the former boy Obito. Kakashi. Kakashi. Hey, Kakashi. Ah. That's what makes you annoying. Tiantian looks like an elite. It's so annoying to be full of quests and quests. Silent. Obito. Looking at my former friends being forced to this point. Hitaki Kakashi couldn't bear it. He suddenly realized the reason why Uzumaki Naruto didn't revive Namikaze Minato and Kushina. This kind of thing that drives people to a desperate situation, he can really do it. Kakashi looked at Rin Nohara, who bit his lip lightly, closed his eyes tightly, as if he didn't want to see such a scene. Naruto. Hitaki Kakashi's heart trembled, and he sneaked a glance at Uzumaki Naruto from the corner of his eyes. However, at this moment, Kakashi was shocked. He originally thought that the other party would show something when the revenge was avenged. Is it the thrill of revenge, or the emptiness after the fulfillment of the wish? However, what Kakashi saw was a calm face that couldn't be any calmer. All this seems to be an ordinary thing to Uzumaki Naruto. Very good. Obito, since you have summoned Shinigami in, it proves that your soul will be entangled with Shinigami forever. I promise you, after this incident, I will never break my promise, and I will let Nohara Lin's soul return to the Pure Land. Of course, if she is willing to stay in this ninja world, I don't mind her resurrection. Through Rinnegan, Uzumaki Naruto can easily see through the surge of chakra behind Obito. It is the special chakra emanating from Shinigami. The vaguely emerging figure is exactly the Shinigami in the ghoul seal. Besides, boom! With a soft sound, Uzumaki Naruto kicked the dying fourth Raikage in front of Uchiha Daiwang. Just ban him together. I remember that people in Cloud Shinobi Village were very interested in ninjutsu from other villages. And, because of this, I once kidnapped my mother. Combined several ninja villages to destroy my Uzumaki family. Since he likes our family's sealing technique so much, let him see how terrible our family's sealing technique is. Nani. Baming World, the ninjas of Cloud Shinobi Village were dumbfounded. Uzumaki Black Ming is really not letting anyone off. Fourth Raikage was about the same age as his parents when the Uzumaki clan died out. How could the fourth Raikage, who was a child, unite with other ninja villages to destroy the Uzumaki clan? Fourth Raikage. Hey, this is too much, this is a disaster for me. Onoki. Maybe I mean that you were right at Haiming's feet. Based on the principle of proximity, you were unlucky. Terumi Mei. Kill one as an example. There are still many ninjas alive at the scene. Mother-in-law Chio. I think so, after all, only fourth Raikage rushed forward to fight Hei Minkripton. Black Zetsu. Well, this time, Black Zetsu fulfilled his wish. Uzumaki Naruto. Killer Bee roars. They don't know what kind of ninjutsu it is to seal the ghouls. However, from the discussion between Naruto and Obito, I probably know a lot. This trick is a ninjutsu that can seal the soul to Shinigami. Once caught in this trick, the soul will not be able to return to the Pure Land world. Even if you have the secret technique of resurrection, you will not be able to resurrect the person in the body of the ghoul. You deceive people too much. Killer Bee roars. Boom. Accompanied by a loud noise, he used the chakra restored by 8 tails to enter the half-tailed beast. Instead of acting, there is also Wooden Golem, the second tail, who has also entered the tail beast. The target is King Uchiha, who has already completed the seal. Want to stop Obito from sealing the fourth Raikage? Uzumaki Naruto makes a sarcasm. The moment the arms were raised, Killer Bee and Wooden Golem's body could not help but fly towards Uzumaki Naruto. Immediately, he was grabbed by the other party's neck. HMPH. Originally, I wanted to break your necks and send you to die. However, due to your special status as Jinchuriki, the tail beast in your body will disappear once you die. Let's save your life for now. The voice falls to the ground. Uzumaki Naruto waved his arm. Killer Bee and Wooden Golem hit the ground hard. The next moment, several chakra black sticks flew out at the same time, immediately nailing the two of them to the ground. Not only that, after Uzumaki Naruto solved Killer Bee and Wooden Golem, he didn't care about the surprised eyes of everyone in the distance. Universal pull. I saw. Uzumaki Naruto opened his arms wide. In an instant, several figures leapt out from the ruins of rocks. The one who comes is the Jinchuriki of every village. Iwagakure's 4 tails Old Z, 5 tails Han. Kirigakure's 6 tails Yugao. 7 tails of Takehide village. All nailed to the ground by Uzumaki Naruto's black stick. Uchiha Obito was stunned when he saw this, and said weakly, Uzumaki Naruto. Could it be that you? Obito and Nagato are both aware of the existence of Rinnegan's power. Now, all Jinchuriki including Gaara are in the hands of Uzumaki Naruto. Moreover, from what the other party explained to Erway and 8 Tails just now, it is clear that Uzumaki Naruto does not want the tail beast to disappear because of Jinchuriki's death. Then he has only one purpose, which is to collect all the tailed beasts for his own use. To unify the ninja world? Nagato murmurs. This is indeed what should be done. Uzumaki Naruto, in front of his own goal, does not show any affection to anyone. Uchiha Obito remembered the summoning scroll he had placed in the Kamui space. The 3 tails he captured was sealed there. Originally thought that Uchiha Madara would defeat Uzumaki Naruto on the battlefield and collect 9-tailed beasts. Uchiha Obito brought 3 tails together. In fact, in Obito's heart, as long as Gaara can be brought to the battlefield, he can absorb the chakra from 8 tails, plus the chakra from 9 tails in the empty body of the Temple of Fire. Uchiha Obito can barely become 10 tails Jinchuriki. That way, no matter whether Uchiha Madara can defeat Uzumaki Naruto, he who becomes 10 tails Jinchuriki will definitely not fail. However, all this is over. Thinking of this, Uchiha Obito feels unwilling. Even the 3 tails in his Kamui space, Uzumaki Naruto must have obtained information through the identity of Uchiha Madara. It failed completely, and I was completely defeated. Snort. I did fail. Uchiha Obito is weak. Unfortunately, only the indifferent voice of Uzumaki Naruto greeted him. No one dares to disturb you now, you can start, Uchiha Obito. Everyone in Beiming World was stunned by this scene. Sure enough, in the eyes of Uzumaki Himing, it's not that the Jinchuriki in other villages will not be moved, but that the time has not yet come. Since Hei Ming didn't kill Killer Bee and Wooden Golem on the spot, and controlled all Jinchuriki. His purpose is self-evident, it must be to gather everyone together, and then extract the tailed beast from their bodies. Thinking of this, the audience couldn't help shaking. Perhaps even Gaara, who has been in Konoha village, was not spared. Tamari. Hey. Do you think Kuromaki will not even let Gaara go? Konkuro. Look at his behavior, he probably won't let Gaara go, but I think Gaara's life should be safe. After all, we have been in Konoha village for so long. As long as we obey Hemming's arrangement honestly, even if the tail beast in Gaara, if it is taken away, Himing will also revive it. Gaara. I agree with Konkuro. Fourth Raikage, that by Wooden Golem and Killer Bee. Onoki. Killer Bee may not be able to live, since Wooden Golem is a woman, it is not clear whether Uzumaki Heimaki will be soft-hearted. Luo Sha. Be kind and soft. Third Tsuchikage, are you confused? Can this kind of vocabulary be used on Himing? Uzumaki Naruto. I didn't expect him to be even more than uncle. Uzumaki Beiming's hands trembled slightly. Uncle Killer Bee is a very kind existence in his eyes. Because of the other party's help, Bai Ming was able to control Nine Tails chakra smoothly. The other party's interesting rap also made Bai Ming very happy. In the future, they are very good friends, but unfortunately in the world of Himing, both Killer Bee and Fourth Raikage are facing the punishment of Himing because of their impulsiveness. Uchiha Sasuke seemed to see through Bai Ming's mind. He laughed and said, let's not talk about Killer Bee and Fourth Raikage. That guy Kuro Naruto used to be the one who even blew up an Ichiraku ramen restaurant. I know. Bai Mingyu pursed his lips in resentment. After all, Hei Ming looks exactly like me, watching familiar people die in his hands. It's inevitable that I feel a little unhappy. After all, Uncle Bai is not as hateful as I imagined. Lin Uchiha Obito's voice is getting weaker and weaker. He didn't expect that the ninjutsu of ghoul sealing would bring him such a heavy sense of oppression. He even felt that his vitality was constantly passing away. Is this the pain that fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato suffered back then? Today, I gave it all back to myself. I'm sorry. Lin. My behavior has let you down. Uchiha Obito struggles to catch the dying and delirious Fourth Raikage. Fortunately, Fourth Raikage is in a coma, completely without any feeling, and can't see the terrible Shinigami born from the ghoul seal. However, the shadows of the rest of Ninja Village. To be exact, 5th Mizukage Terumi Mei, Chio Popo, Yellow Earth and Black Earth. The leaders of the 4 ninja villages and the living ninjas broke out in cold sweat. Uzumaki Himing's strong strength and cruel character directly frightened them out of their courage. Obito. Hitaki Kakashi looked at Obito in a murmur, with a little sadness and regret in his eyes. I wanted to say something, but in the end I didn't speak. At this moment, Uchiha Obito realized what it means to be alone. The person he cherishes is right in front of him, but she doesn't want to look at her at all. I don't know if Lin didn't want to see this scene, or if she refused to forgive him for what he did before. Naruto. I've cast Ghoul Seal, there's no turning back. Are you satisfied now? Also, when I go to Shinigami, I should be able to meet Minato-sensei. After all, the soul of Namikaze Minato is also in the hands of Shinigami. Maybe it is facing death, or maybe the king is afraid of Uzumaki Naruto's dishonesty. When he was dying, Uchiha Obito's words were not as strong as before. However, Uzumaki Naruto didn't accept his favor and sneered. Sorry, I don't think my father wants to see you. Of course, I who released my father's soul a long time ago, how could I let someone like you go to see him? Don't tarnish the purity of his old man. Hitaki Kakashi heard the words, his head pressed even lower. He had already guessed that Uzumaki Naruto already had a way to break the ghoul seal. With respect and filial piety towards 4th Hokage and Kushina, how could it be possible for my father's soul to be tortured in the hands of Shinigami all the time? However, who would have thought that Uzumaki Naruto in front of him is such a hard-hearted person? No, I can only say that as an enemy of Naruto, the only way to go is a dead end. I see. Uchiha Obito sighs. It turned out that I didn't even have a chance to redeem myself. Also, Uzumaki Naruto is not uncommon for his so-called atonement. Look deeply at Nohara Lin again. The Shinigami behind him has already made a move, cutting off the soul of 4th Raikage with a single knife. ZZ. Suddenly, a burning pain came from Obito's chest. Uchiha Obito suddenly felt his eyes go dark, and the heavy feeling made him break out in a cold sweat. Lin. With the last strength, Obito looks at Nohara Rin. It was only then that I realized that the other party opened his mouth in surprise, and his eyes were full of unacceptable looks. Beiming World. Uchiha Obito's body was shaking constantly, and he was shaking Black Zetsu beside him frantically. Black Zetsu, tell me, Lin in the world over there, did you forgive me? Black Zetsu was paralyzed by the panic. Who the hell knows if Nohara Rin from Beiming World has forgiven you? However, with Black Zetsu's superb IQ, he quickly explained to Obito. Obito, in terms of Nohara Rin's personality, she is a very kind and brave girl. After all, you used to be her important companion. Even if you did such an unforgivable thing, Kakashi and Nohara Lin actually don't want to see your ending being sealed by the ghoul. Unite our world. You saved Naruto damn. If it weren't for you, Obito, mother wouldn't be sealed either. Black Zetsu gave Obito a blank look, but continued. They may also hope that Black Zetsu can give you a chance to make up for your mistakes, but it's a pity that Black Zetsu doesn't care about your making up for your mistakes. Maybe Nohara Lin just didn't expect your ending to be like this. If you forgive or don't forgive, there is no chance to make up for your mistakes. There is no such thing as forgiveness. The reason why she showed that expression is just a matter of her character. Black Uchiha Obito's words made Uchiha Obito feel like a deflated ball. That's right, if you don't make up for your mistakes, there is no excuse. In that world, I faced such a situation. Thinking of the scene just now, Uchiha Obito's heart sank. In this world, due to the existence of viewing movies, he doesn't seem to have any chance to make up for his mistakes. Then Rin Nohara, the more he thought about it, the more Uchiha Obito's heart ached. Black Zetsu saw it in his eyes and despised it in his heart. Sighing. Obito, why haven't you grown up yet? Wasn't it all because of your love brain that Heiming looked down on you so much? Wake up. The more you look like this, Nohara Lin looks down on you. On the battlefield. Here comes Killer Bee and Wooden Golem, and the rest of the Cloud Shinobi Village ninjas. Why Heiming only targeted their 4th Raikage. However, they were so noisy, but they couldn't make any resistance. Hitaki Kakashi looked at Obito's body on the ground, forcibly maintaining his emotions. What a fool, you. He clearly knew that Nohara Rin was the one who jumped at your teacher, Reikari, on his own initiative. But blame everything on others. There is nothing to be sorry for such a person. Uzumaki Naruto speaks quietly. His speech made Kakashi and Nohara Rin tremble. Sure enough, Obito's death is like the death of an ant to Naruto, and he can't mention the other party's emotional changes at all. Perhaps, Uzumaki Naruto targeted Obito in this way just to make him feel the pain his father suffered back then. After all, with Naruto who can bring back the dead, he no longer cares about the impact on his childhood caused by the death of his parents. As long as he wants, 4th Hokage and Kushina can come to him, and Naruto can experience the happy life of a family of 3. Naruto. About 4th Hokage and Senior Kushina's resurrection, you. Hitaki Kakashi would like to ask when Naruto will revive his parents. However, Uzumaki Naruto seems to have skipped Kakashi's question on purpose, pointing directly to Obito's body. Mr. Kakashi, I will take off the Sharingan with one and give it to you later. You use Kamui to enter his Kamui space, find a scroll and show it to me. Hitaki Kakashi has been using Obito's Sharingan, no one is more proficient than him among the people present. See Naruto not mentioning the 4th Hokage couple. Hitaki Kakashi shut up wisely, nodded and said, I see. Orochimaru heard the words, and immediately leaned forward. Master Naruto, let me do the eye-picking. I used to do experiments a lot, and I'm more proficient in these things. Uzumaki Naruto nodded, assuming that Orochimaru's behavior was allowed. Tsunade. It's miserable. It's really too miserable. Even if Obito is dead, isn't he still a whole body? Axed. Silent. Hitaki Kakashi. At this time, Lin needs to stand up and say a few good words to Obito, and Obito will be revived immediately with full blood. Nohara Lin. Kakashi, stop teasing him, he's already depressed enough. Uchiha Obito. Lin. Nohara Rin. But I think Haimaru is right, you are a ninja, and you promised me to be the savior of the world, but... Uchiha Obito. Lin. I was trying to save the world, who would have thought that I would be tricked by the old Uchiha Madara? Uchiha Madara. Huh? Why don't you say I was cheated by Black Zetsu? Black Zetsu. Obito made a mistake again. Didn't you realize that Uzumaki's decisive personality is the type that girls like? Don't look at Black Ming's face. He looks ruthless and decisive, but you have to believe me, his character is definitely the character that girls are crazy about. Uchiha Obito. Black Naruto is not gentle at all. How can a girl like him? Black Zetsu, you can't lie to me. Black Zetsu. I have lived for more than 1,000 years, and I have come into contact with more human beings than you can eat salt. Can I not understand? Uzumaki Black Ming wants to save the world, but he still kills a lot of people, wild. Why doesn't Yuanlin criticize him? That's because Haiming is thinking about the overall situation, just like Nohara Lin is willing to die in the hands of Kakashi for Konoha village. You really don't understand what you are saying. Uchiha Obito. Orochimaru is ashamed to be called Sanin, and he even rushes to do the eye-picking job, which is really flattering. Orochimaru. In the world of Black Naruto, Uchiha Obito could not cross the threshold of Nohara Rin after all. In Baiming's world, Uchiha Obito decided to complete Infinite Tsukuyomi after Nohara Rin's death. Because the world without Nohara Lin is a false world. What led to the tragedy of Nohara Lin's death was because of the ninja system in the ninja world. He wants to completely disintegrate this system and change the world. From a certain point of view, Uchiha Obito's actions may not really be for the peace of the ninja world, perhaps because of the hatred brought to him by Nohara Rin's death. But all this is not important anymore, no matter it is the world of Bai Ming or the world of He Ming. Uchiha Obito did not realize the so-called unlimited reading in the end to realize his original ambition. And the essence of Infinite Tsukuyomi is the biggest deception set by Black Zetsu. Uchiha Madara. Obito's story is over, below. Senju Hashirama. Madara, I'm not talking too much, I think you seem to have no possibility of appearing in the world of Koronaru. Uchiha Madara. Silent. Senju Tobirama. In the next step, Black Naruto will definitely take all the tailed beasts into his own hands. Compared with Black Zetsu who has lost all combat power, he has no chance of turning around. Black Zetsu, the consciousness product of Otsutsuki Kaguya who lived for 1,000 years. Although the status is special, the power it can use is very little. With the current strength of Uzumaki Black Ming, maybe Otsutsuki Kaguya will get 2 slaps when he comes out, let alone Black Zetsu. It is absolutely impossible to be an opponent. Terumi Mei. With the knowledge of Black Zetsu who has lived for thousands of years, he should not be ignorant of reanimation jutsu. Senju Tobirama. Understanding and being able to use are 2 different things. Black Zetsu itself is weak, so I say that the possibility of Uchiha Madara's resurrection is almost 0. Uchiha Madara. Is it really because Black Zetsu is too trashy? Black Zetsu. Uchiha Obito is dead. Not far away. Konan Zhao kept shaking. Because in the next step, Uzumaki Naruto will settle accounts with Nagato. At the beginning, I really should have persuaded Nagato to accept Uzumaki Naruto's proposal. I blame myself for believing too much in the power of Nagato Rinnegan, which led to today's situation. However, Uzumaki Naruto, who solved Obito, did not come to Nagato in the first place. The space is distorted, and Hitaki Kakashi bursts out from the Kamui space. Hoo-hoo. Kakashi keeps adjusting his breathing. Suppressing 2 Sharingan is still a bit difficult for Kakashi. 6th generation, This is the scroll I found in space. Uzumaki Naruto takes the scroll handed over by Hitaki Kakashi. Summoning scroll. Should be Uchiha Obito, Axis. Uzumaki Naruto glanced at the panting Hitaki Kakashi, and put his hand on his shoulder. In an instant, Hitaki Kakashi's chakra was greatly supplemented. Mr. Kakashi, it seems that you can't bear the side effects of bringing Yurihong Sharingan. Uzumaki Naruto expressed a little regret. In any case, Uchiha Obito's Sharingan's ability is very scary for ordinary ninjas. Sorry to disappoint you. Indai Hitaki Kakashi bowed his head slightly apologetically. I can only use one Sharingan at the moment. This kind of thing doesn't matter, Kakashi. At this moment, Yin Snake approached again. Preserve this right eye first. I can help you study it slowly, and correctly reduce the side effects to a minimum. Today, Uzumaki Naruto has the ability to completely resurrect the dead. This is definitely a good thing for Orochimaru. If many excellent ninjas in Konoha village are willing to try to become stronger, even if the experiment fails and the other party dies, Naruto also has a way to resurrect them. Since then, Orochimaru has more experimental materials, and they are all superior materials. All of these situations must be reported to Uzumaki Naruto by Orochimaru himself in advance, and he can only conduct experiments after obtaining permission. Uzumaki Naruto nodded, indicating that Orochimaru's attention was good. Then, he cast a glance at Nohara Rin, who said nothing, and then at Kakashi, who was silent. With a sigh. Obito's soul has already arrived in Shinigami's hands, and the body lying on the ground is already an empty shell. I'm not interested in this. Mr. Kakashi, you can deal with it yourself. Hitaki Kakashi's complexion became much better when he heard this. Humph. Naruto, you are so merciless. If you want me to say, you should throw Obito's body into the sea and feed it to the fish. Nine Tails is dissatisfied. After all, because of this disaster, I also suffered a lot at the beginning. Okay. Lama Yin, we have given Obito's soul to the Shinigami. Not even impure world reincarnation can summon it. It's just a dilapidated body. Give it to Kakashi, and sell him as a favor. Let's eat the meat. It's not unacceptable to let the subordinates drink some soup. Uzumaki Naruto laughs at Nine Tails. Then, he raised his head and looked into the distance. Those guys are almost here, and it's time for us to hold all the tail beasts in our hands. Nine Tails burst into laughter after hearing this. Put them in the ghetto statue temporarily. That's a good notice. Who told me that they always chatted with me back then, and occasional punishment is acceptable. However, Naruto, don't kill them all. After all, we tailed beasts possess extraordinary terrifying power, and it's normal for them to have bad tempers. Don't worry, Kurama, Uzumaki Naruto assured. If I want to kill them, I will do it just now. Uzumaki Haimaru really wanted to collect all the tailed beasts into his own hands. This point, the audience of Beiming World does not take it seriously. This is also something that the unified ninja world must deal with. However, the tailed beast of Beiming World is not happy. Shuhei. Hey, stinky fox. What do you look like? We were sealed by Haiming, you seem very happy? Matabi. Kurama, in the ninja world, we are your kind, how can you be with humans? Kakuo. Yes. You are a traitor to the tailed beast. Nine Tails. F***ku. Didn't you hear me pleading for you? Besides, Haiming got his inheritance after seeing Sage of Six Paths, but you don't understand it. Let me give you a little. The lesson is just to sharpen your temperament and facilitate cooperation in the future. Gyuki. But we didn't do anything, why should we be punished? Duplicate name. We didn't do anything, but Matabi and Gyuki, your Jinchuriki used your power to provoke Haiming. You should be punished if you want to, what do we care? Nine Tails. HMPH. It's obvious that Uzumaki is taking precautions. Even if he communicates with you now, you will definitely not listen to the greeting. Why don't you just send you to the ghetto statue first, and wait until you have time? Educate you. Hey, what do you want to do? Kill us, or? The young black soil mind is not as mature as Terumi Mei, Chio and others. She participated in the war for the first time, and she was obviously terrified by everything on the battlefield. As if unable to bear the terrifying pressure in her heart, she raised her trembling voice and asked Uzumaki Naruto. However, Uzumaki Naruto ignored the black soil who was about to urinate, and instead looked at the distant sky. Immediately, everyone followed Naruto's movement and raised their heads. Only then did I realize that there were a few twinkling white dots in the distant sky. When the other party approached, everyone discovered that there were several huge white giant birds flying in the sky. Boss, we brought you the person you want. The giant white bird lands. It is the art combination and the undead combination. Looking at the messy battlefield, the red sand scorpion and Kakuzu frowned, unable to believe what they saw. That is, Uchiha Obito's body surprised the red sand scorpion even more. Ah Fei? I remember this mask, it's Akatsuki's intern Ah Fei, he. Conan. Ah. Who was the person next to you? Hidan also found Conan's figure, but he didn't know Nagato. However, it seems that the leader did not participate in this big battle. Hidan just wanted to laugh, but was scolded by Kakuzu. Heihuo. You don't look into each other's eyes. Although it was strange, Akatsuki, who found that Nagato's eyes were Rinnegan, was full of doubts for a while. However, they are very wise not to ask the bottom line. Hey, gourd kid from Sanagakure, come quickly. Deidara brought Gaara in front of Uzumaki Naruto and said excitedly, Boss, did you unleash 9 tailed beast bomb in this battle? Why didn't you inform me earlier? I can also come to appreciate your art. Hurry up, don't be silly. Deidara said, not forgetting to tug Gaara behind him. It's all your sister and brother's ink marks to blame, otherwise I wouldn't be able to miss the boss's art. Brother Deidara. At this time, Haitu in the crowd recognized Deidara's identity and said in surprise. Huh? Deidara frowned slightly and followed the sound. Seeing the embarrassing black soil, Deidara opened his mouth in surprise. Ah, black soil. You also participated in this battle. Impossible, just because you were not killed by the boss's art? Didn't the old man come? Or did he die in the boss's art? Onoki. Silent. Onoki. This traitor. Is it too thorough to turn your elbows? Is this the attitude when you see an old friend? Deidara. Hey, old man, don't talk nonsense. I have nothing to do with Iwagakure. Besides, what I'm after is clay bombs. Although you are my master, it's a pity that you didn't teach me any ninjutsu. Onoki. Fart. I will teach you ninjutsu, would you like to learn? Hey, you are. Because the members of the Akatsuki organization have long since changed their previous costumes, Terumi Mei and others have no idea of their identities. Moreover, the opponent's head does not have a forehead protector that represents Ninja Village. The 4 of Deidara didn't pay attention to the remaining ninjas on the battlefield. They came here only to complete the task given to them by Uzumaki Naruto. However, Chiyo looked at the familiar face of her grandson. Heart suddenly pulled. Why, you. Yo. Mother-in-law. By the way, I remembered, you seem to be Sanagakure's Kazekage agent now. Shie indifferently looks at Chiande's mother-in-law, his grandma. Looking at the other party's old face trembling with shock, the Scarlet Sand Scorpion didn't say much. If you have something to do, let's talk about it after you completely surrender. Our new leader, there are still things to be busy. End. The Red Sand Scorpion and the other 4 rushed to the side of Uzumaki Naruto, and did not reminisce with their old friend. Gaara. Chiyo looked at Gaara, and then at Uzumaki Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, what do you want to do? For the future peace of the ninja world, I plan to recycle all tailed beasts. Uzumaki Naruto's calm words surprised everyone in the other ninja villages. What, you? Terumi Mei, who just became Mizukage, Kirigakure, was pulled to the battlefield before the future and development. It's a pity that I never thought that this time the war will almost wipe out the ninjas in Hidden Village. Fortunately, the situation in other ninja villages is similar. If Uzumaki Naruto recovers the tail beasts of all ninja villages, after this war, all ninja villages will return to the same starting line. No. Except for Konoha village. However, in the face of such a result, Terumi Mei only hates her lack of ability. She failed the trust of the villagers and elders in Kirigakure. Uzumaki Naruto glanced at the guilty Terumi Mei, gave her a blank look and said, your heart is full of colorful activities. But everything you think is meaningless. Originally, I just wanted to live an ordinary life in Konoha village where I was born, but I have been run by the daimyo of Fire Nation. Even, he once teamed up with Shimura Danzo to kill me halfway. After speaking, Uzumaki Naruto looked at Uchiha Sasuke, who had returned just now, and the other party had already chopped off Danzo's head and threw it on the ground. In the end, the daimyos of the Land of Fire united with the daimyos of other countries and used the power of Ninja Village to launch a war against our Konoha village, trying to erase us from this world in one fell swoop. It's a pity. Uzumaki Naruto snorted coldly. The voice mixed with chakra suddenly chilled the hearts of the people who survived the scene. I, Uzumaki Naruto, am not one to sit still. Since they can't tolerate me, don't blame me for being rude. Today, I will take back all the tailed beasts, and announce that from today onwards, there will be no daimyofu in the ninja world. If the ninja villages of your countries want to continue to exist in this world, I will give you 3 days to exchange the heads of the famous people from your famous mansion in exchange for your chance to survive. The voice falls to the ground. I saw Uzumaki Naruto put his fingers together, and in an instant, the ground trembled. Then, the terrifying Gedo statue suddenly emerged from the ground. This is. Nagato's heart trembled when he saw this. Gedo statue. Naruto really gave the Gedo statue to summoning. However, in the face of such a huge monster, the surviving ninjas of the major ninja villages only felt their legs go limp, and they slumped on the ground on the spot. Gaara, I'm wronged you to die for a while. And. Uzumaki Naruto looks at Gaara. Gaara stared blankly, sighed. I follow your arrangement, Naruto. But can you spare these ninjas in Sanagakure, and the villagers of Sanagakure? However, Gaara's words caused Naruto to squint at him. I just said that as long as the ninjas and villagers of Sanagakure bring the head of the daimyo of the country of Wind to me, I will definitely not do anything to them. Of course, if they are willing to obey me and become my villagers and subordinates, how can I possibly hurt them? Right, Gaara.